everyone. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to episode 20 and the last episode of season 1. This is our Q&A, chat back, everything else. We're just gonna have a fun time, answer questions. And before we do all that, two things. One, we're gonna have a raffle, and I'll activate in a little bit. And then what the raffle's for, just for those who may be wondering, somewhere during the process, Aki got an art commission to do something, but the person who bought the art commission said they didn't really have anything in particular and then wanted to give it as a gift back to the fans. So that's what we're doing. Whoever wins the raffle gets the Aki art commission. It could be anything that you like from Wayward Arcadium or just anything that you want Aki to draw, of course. But also, second thing, hello, Scoots, Forgotten Cuttlefish. Our TD is also here. Aki, of course, couldn't be here, but our amazing TD will be here as well. I mean, they've watched every single episode right along with you, so they'll have just as much input as anyone else, and it's an honor to get to see their face on camera. So I guess we should do introductions here, since I think everyone already knows who we are, but let's just get that out of the way. Starting with Aubrey, please tell us who you are, not who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hi, I am Aki. I'm not Aki. I'm Aubrey. I don't know why I said Aki.
Off to a good start.
Off to a great start.
We are
Working
Aki.
5 days in a row, and my brain is literally mush at this point. Hello, I am Aubrey. And I use she for pronouns.
Nice. Next up, we got Mikai. Mikai, tell us who you are and who you're playing and what your pronouns are.
Hi, I'm Aki. My pronouns are they, he. It's a pleasure to be playing with you today. I've been playing Aki this entire time. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise.
But no, my name is Mikai, and it's been a pleasure playing for you guys this however many months this campaign from start to finish. And these questions, I haven't even looked at them, so let's see what you guys said.
Next up, we got Dusty. Please, Dusty, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I'm
We'll get
Dustaki.
there eventually.
The artist formerly known as Dustin, now Dustaki, or Dusty.
Pleasure to meet you.
I use they, he pronouns. And yeah, this has been just a joy of a show. Aki is on a very well-deserved vacation.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
We are all taking place of Aki because we will be answering her questions.
Yes.
So we're all Aki today.
We are Aki.
I was gonna say we are Aki. Next up, Fee. Please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Didn't we say we're not saying who we're playing, or should I also say? And
Oh, no,
anyways,
I'm just being silly. I'm just being silly. You can do whatever you want.
oh my God. Well, then I'm Aki. I use no. Hello, my name is Finny. I play Hiro Kitsugane, or I played Hiro Kitsugane, and hopefully will continue to do so. And I use they, them pronouns, and honestly anything that floats your boat, but those are preferred. And he uses he, him pronouns. Yeah, that's it. Should I say more?
Only if you want to, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I have many stories. About that one time
Bandcamp.
I don't know, fell into a rose bush.
Sorry, wait. hang
To a
on.
hose bush.
A rose bush. I fell into a bunch of thorns because my puppy did it, and then I was looking for him and I fell in after him because we were both stupid and have one brain cell.
And so at what point did you end up in Wonderland? I'm just trying to get the
Yeah.
timeline.
I feel like
What
the
was
bigger
that
question is, at
last
one
scene?
point did I realize that I am as smart as a tiny dog? And do you guys want to guess how old I was? Because I can guarantee you that brain cell did not grow proportionally to age.
Oh, sincerely, I thought this happened like the other day.
Not gonna lie, I thought the
That
same.
happened yesterday.
Oh my God, I knew it. All right. So, I want to do this. All right. So next up, and certainly not, but not least, RTD, Forgotten Cuttlefish. Please tell us who you are, who you're playing, why not, and what your pronouns are.
Hi, I'm Aki. Sorry, I had to go.
Hi,
with it.
Aki.
Yep. I'm in Aki's spot, so whatever. Hi, I'm Scoot. I am your fabulous TD who has yet to be seen on camera until now. Yay. My pronouns are she, he. They are interchangeable. Use whatever you feel like. Woot.
So, well, it's always awesome to get the TD's face on camera. You are the unsung heroes of the adventure, and it's awesome to see you here today. I guess that just leaves little me. My name is PJ. I'm playing Aki today. My pronouns are he, him. And here we are. If you just joined us, or if you're going to be coming back with more friends, we're just doing the Q&A, the chat back. We're hanging out with you all. We put out a form, I think, for a few weeks to get some questions. We got a lot of awesome questions, and we're going to be answering those questions first. But if you have any questions, put them in the chat, and we are going to try to get to those when we can. And we might also just kind of talk to each other about just this awesome, crazy season that we all survived. And for the Aki Art Commission, I'm going to start the raffle right. It's thinking. It's give me a second. It's thinking. This might take a minute. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to be starting the raffle soon.
I mean, I see the thing in the chat.
There's a thing in the chat, so it should be good.
Oh,
There's a
hell
thing in the
yeah.
chat.
What an art commission from the amazing Aki for our Wayward Arcadium cheer squad and fans. Raffle is started for the viewers. Use !raffle to enter the raffle. There you go.
Hi, Raffle.
That's going to be up for an hour and a half. So what's going to happen is we're going to go, and when we take our break, obviously the raffle will stop tallying. When we get back, we'll announce from the break who won the raffle. So make sure to !raffle that bad boy so you can get Aki's sweet artwork.
That sweet, delicious artwork.
Oh, yeah.
Very sweet. Well, why don't
yeah.
we start off with a question? First one out the gate is from Emmy. So Emmy, if you're listening, thank you so much for the question. And the question that you gave us is musical episode. When? So who wants to answer the musical episode question first?
I think our resident bard wouldn't. No, okay.
That does. Oh.
Where'd they go?
Oh no. Oh no, where's our bard?
The bard disappeared. The bard doesn't remember the
I feel like I know I was like super against it for a very long time because out of selfish reasons, because I don't think anybody should have to be subjective to listen to like me sing. However, given
be
that
so
I do
lucky.
like writing, I feel like we could make it happen. I feel like we should enter a world where like all of us are just like, I don't know, instead of like having to pretend that we're dead, like for Morrow, we have to pretend that we're idols. And the only way we can communicate is like in song.
Hold on. Why am I not on my notebook right now? Give me a second. Give me a second.
God, it's just like that just it sounds like so much work.
And if
I
only
think
these
that
things
would be
were
really
being
fun.
recorded.
I really want to hear Pebbles sing about death and murder. I feel like it could be a fun little thing.
See,
I see skies of gray, dead
Bodies
bodies
of
too.
Stabbing around.
See,
Oh,
I
I
was
think-
just
God, I want
You know
this so
what? If
badly.
this is something that we
No.
could be able to
Dead ends.
pre-record,
We would probably have to pre-record it just
I
So we
ain't
don't
thinking
have
of
to, like,
lyrics on the
redo-
spot because it's just gonna be real dumb.
same. And then we can have multiple takes so that it
Yes.
sounds good, and so it doesn't have to doesn't have us like stopping the song like halfway through when we were just like, fuck, I forgot something.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I feel like it could be like a special thing, like a, I don't know, 6-month anniversary or like
We're gonna need more
1
than
year
that.
anniversary.
We're gonna need probably more than that.
I mean, this is
We're gonna have to like fill
is our-
like 3 hours of song.
this is like 5 months, month 5 here. So.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you
We'll
have it out
underestimate
in an
how
hour.
easily I
Let's
can
do this.
hyperfixate on something.
Because I
Yo,
want to,
mood.
because I want to say, remind me, first episode 1, was that in February, right?
Like the last week of January.
Last week of January. That's right. So
That was
yeah,
last week of January.
it's a few weeks till 6 months. Absolutely. Wow.
I think
crazy.
because if I remember correctly, we started on January 20th.
Want to say?
Maybe.
Dusty, your brain is so vast. It has so much.
It was
knowledge.
like right around there because I think we announced either like the 10th or the 17th, I think.
Something like that.
And then it was like 2 weeks to like build up hype, and it was either the 24th or the 31st. I don't remember.
Like I have random knowledge. I know to like like type up prescriptions and tell you what the hell acetaminophen or hydrochlorothiazide does. But do I remember how to do fucking taxes? No.
I want to say it was like the
Like, what do they do?
31st because there was a reason I couldn't do it because I was going to a concert.
Oh, maybe.
That does make sense. I think it was
Yeah.
the 31st. So last Monday in January. And I think after that, yeah, I think it was. I think it was January 31st. Man. So yeah, it's just like a few weeks shy of being 6 months since we started this campaign.
It's been 20
Wild.
weeks.
Wow.
And he would, yep. It's so good.
And to answer for Aki, because Aki again did write out a question, all her answers. Her answer, bet.
Bet.
Yeah, again, you write it.
Frankly,
I'll
yeah.
sing it. It won't be. I'll have to probably spend a few weeks like remembering everything that my vocal teachers drilled into me when I did theater.
Yeah.
I
But
could rap, so not good. But I could rap.
I will write it. I will be diligent about it. I will give all of us and also like a really like emotional ballad to sing.
I hate
I
that.
feel like Mikhail should serenade as well.
Oh, 100% I will.
Yes.
Oh,
And much like I
100%.
do
I will give.
most other things, I will
I
probably
feel like the
improv and
screamo
fly by
part
the
of
seat
the
my
musical will
ass.
belong to Pebbles.
100%.
Yes.
See, we like to think that Pebble would be like a death metal screamer. I like to think that he's a smooth jazz artist.
I
like
love
to-
that. Yeah. I
That was
love
a
that
night
for him.
in a
Like, you're
night
spot
club
on.
at a piano.
Yeah, 100%. Like still
I mean, I do have
thinking
a
about death
keyboard
and
here.
decay, but like smooth jazzily.
It'll be like the Fallout music.
Mm.
I
Yup.
don't want to
set
the world on
fire.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I really do though.
I think it would be I just want to set the world on fire. I think that would be how
Yeah.
I only want to see it burn. Ooh,
So-
baby burn.
I guess really what it comes down to, and this is I think prompting the actual answer to the question is that it depends on player like comfortability, because we could do the whole thing live and accept that we're going to be bad at it and it's going to be awkward, and in that find the comedy of it, or we could figure out a shooting schedule and actually make this thing a reality, maybe like a Patreon thing or whatever. Who knows?
I feel like, oh my
So
god,
head
it
on
could
over
be.
to the one of
I
the-
feel
the
like if we
Patreon
can
now.
if we can put it on Patreon, we can probably, because I know a couple of people with like recording studios or like a recording equipment. So like if people are willing to support us in that way, I'm pretty sure we could make the musical episode like a really like more high production like thing, and just like put it out there as like a thank you to all of our fans. I feel like that would be really, really sweet and cool.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know,
Could be
like a fun
pretty dope.
thing.
That would be
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
You know,
I-
instead of like maybe rushing it and just being like, oh, this is just like a live episode. I feel like if we want to like give back to our fans who are like watching so diligently, we can like make it a really cool high production thing. And like, since we are on break until season 2, whenever that comes out, I can probably work on like, you know, with maybe like Dusty, whoever wants to, like on raps and like on music and like stuff like that. And then we can like make it actually happen. And that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
it
here
can be
for it.
like the anime, like our D&D version of like the anime beach episode, you know, that it like doesn't really have anything to do with plot, but it's just like fun to watch.
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's get to the next question. And remember, if you're in the chat watching, welcome to our Q&A. If you have any questions you want to add to the chat, feel free to do so. We will probably try to get to the ones we have on the forum first, but that doesn't mean we won't answer yours. That being said, Joanne, I'm gonna hit you up right now. Joanne asked some questions. They asked
One or
some
two.
questions. Yeah, one or two.
A few,
And-
a couple.
Just a smidge. Just
Better
and
for
this
you.
is what was that?
Just better for you.
Just a few. And this is the first one. And I want to flag on that. This is the first one that they asked. Did any of the characters go through different iterations when you were coming up with them? So I guess like, how did your characters change from what your first concept was?
Yeah, I'm an answer.
I mean, who wants to go first on this?
I can go first.
All right, everyone roll.
I can say I feel like
Go for it.
the change for Hero happened actually on screen with all of y'all than before, because I feel like I played him very much like I had always envisioned him, because I wanted him to be like a himbo pretty much, that like does like it's just chaotic. And then he almost died in like episode 2, and like he was so traumatized by it that he just like apparently got emotions. and because he got emotions, he just like, I don't know, became a different person. And that was like inspired by all of you guys. So like I feel like that's more something that happened with, you know, the fans watching and all of you and viewers being there rather than like off screen. But like, yeah, he was always meant to be like an F-boy, but that may have also been influenced because I know PJ does amazing NPCs, and I was just like, I'm gonna flirt with all of them. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try. You know, at some point, if I shoot my shot, it will have to land somewhere, right?
Shotgun blast your love and see where it hits.
Exactly. And then he almost died. And like Mikhail was very charismatic, and Aki was just like, I'm gonna play your weakness, which is a very mean stoic boy. And I was like, here we go. And then he became different, and now I don't know what he is. He's just like, I don't know who said it, but it was like from fuckboy to like heart boy. Like he just has feelings now, and I as a player don't know how to handle that change. I was like, I never accounted for this.
Right.
Yeah, that is my story. Please, somebody take it away.
Take it away, yeah, take it away. God, I sound so tiny in this room. I hate it.
There's a sweet echo in there for sure.
So...
I want to hear about Dusty. Like, did Alduin ever change from the original iteration? Did you go through like a couple different concepts for them?
Okay, so for Alduin, I knew going into this because like I think it was just Secret Magics just came out. So I know Aki went Summoner. I was like, okay, I want to play a Magus. Magus looks dope as hell. So like I went through different ideas, like, okay, like what are they gonna be? I was thinking like, do I want tall boy? Do I want like big beefy lad with all the cool armor, like in a freaking JRPG? But it'd be like, you know what would be fucking funny? If I have just the smallest fucking dude. Just the smallest dude. And then smallest dude that just like is like just super chill, but they're obviously like they work out and they could just wipe your ass in a fight easy. And it like that started. And then like I was like, oh, now I need to use a background. And then I saw Time Traveler. Because that's what I was in background. All I was background is Time Traveler. And I pitched it to PJ. It's like, okay, so what if like they are a time traveler, but like they're not quite sure about it for all this? And I just was like, okay, I'm going to go with this. I gave PJ the reins for that story. And that's how we ended up with the end of season 1.
Oh yeah, and I'm just gonna plant this seed here. Your backstory is going to be a pretty large component of season 2, at least right now. As my brain is starting to prepare for season 2, that's a pretty big proponent in so many ways.
I remember during our initial like basically session 0 when we were talking about it. During all that talk, just like, okay, what does this like time travel stuff have to do? It was like, okay, well, like, you know, they have different colored eyes, and the eyes change every time they mess with time travel stuff, which like I made sure to try to point that out every time they used bend time, whatever. And then PJ's like, what if they had like this, like someone that was like basically stalking them through time, like an enemy, like an evil Alduin. And I was like, okay, and that didn't show up for about 14 episodes. And I was like, you motherfucker. Oops. Well, actually, to be fair, it showed up right as Gab. And as soon as that motherfucker drank Alduin's blood, I'm like, oh shit. Motherfucker.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, it's so funny because I remember we were talking about it and I was like, I've been so busy with everything. I need to start pulling on the storyline. And then my brain just had like that cosmic brain moment. I'm like, oh, yes, thank you. I love this. But no, that's what I love about Alduin is that like there's so much amazing, unassuming potential about that character. In fact, I remember all the times you went on your field assignments. It's like, we're gonna fall into this chasm and die. And you're like, I got a big stick. No one's gonna die today. And it's so clutch.
Not today.
Not today. I want to hear Makai. Makai, how did Greta because I know we were talking about it and a bunch of ideas came up, and then all of a sudden you showed up with this gift of Greta. Like, how did it go?
So I will admit, and I will apologize to our lovely DM here. I do a lot of my writing in just spurts and blasts of just manic writing things down and immediate revisions, and until just like it essentially mining away. I'll see a glint of a diamond and I'll mine away until I just have some weird rock, and then I'll just chuck it at PJ and be like, here's a gift. Congratulations.
All right, I want to put this on the mantle. Yeah. No,
but,
I like it because we were talking early about her. Yeah.
Yeah, and Greta. So part of Greta was me wanting to show anyone who had seen the other, who had seen Rally, who had seen Puck. They were a lot more confrontational, but I wanted to play someone a bit more friendly. Yeah, those characters were cool in their own way, but they were a lot more and I realized Greta is this way as well, but they were a lot more, I can't say that. I can say that we're 12 minutes in. I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna fuck you up right here, right now. There is no getting out of this. Once the switch was flipped, there was no going back. With Greta, I wanted to show someone who was, they were always willing to throw hands and throw down, but that was just all right, we're gonna fight. What we're gonna do after the fight. That's the interesting part. The fight's gonna happen. Congratulations, we're adventurers. That's kind of what we do. But can we still be friends after the fight? I like to think yes.
Yeah.
Can I quickly interlude something before we move on? Because it's something, it's more generally speaking, but I think it's very interesting how all of us kind of took a very typical archetype of adventurer, but gave it our own twist.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what makes every character so very, very special. From, Greta being the not typical, that's not the word, but being the fighter and the more upbeat one, but having so much depth. And then, having Aldwin, be the very studious one, but then, there's clearly something dark and sinister and interesting going on that keeps being hinted at, but we don't know what yet. And then you have Aurora, which you would assume is the only way I can describe it is anime protagonist girl who's super sweet and and things happen to her, but she actually takes initiative and has this whole background with her her dad. And then we have Aki, who plays Saranai, who's a very the handsome cold boy, but then you have all of that sass in him and stuff. I don't know, I feel
very Urameshi type. Look, my situation's kind of shitty, but I'm a sassy till the day I die, and I ain't dying anytime soon.
Well, yeah, and I feel I don't know. I mean, obviously we haven't gone through all of the rounds yet, and so I don't want to hold that up, but I feel it kind of happened very organically that all of these archetypes just happen to very well meshed together. And I think that's just very beautiful about this group, and as us as players, and PJ being able to DM between us so beautifully and gracefully as he does. But I don't know, I just I don't know, I just wanted to point that out. I was just that's really cool that we I don't involuntarily or voluntarily all had these archetypes that were twisted in their own very unique and fantastical way. And I think that's just what makes us amazing. That's it.
100%. And I'll even piggyback on that for my final closing thesis statement. I don't know how writing works. My final little thought here is that I noticed that we all, in our own way, as adventurers tend to do, we're all running from our own, not even just demons, we're all just running from our own, just bullshit that all popped off very recently for a lot of our characters. So we started in a very fragile place, and it was just good to see all of us just kind of come together, whether we recognized it or not, but just sort of start helping build each other back up to not only where our characters were before all that shit maybe even popped off, but even grow to beyond that.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see where we go from here.
I mean, just speaking from the GM observation, like all of you grew in some way. And it was in a way that was not only a huge leap and bounds from day one, but in a way that suggests to me that you're not done growing yet. Like I am so excited, and this will be my segue too. I am so excited to see how Aurora grows. Because they showed up this scared overachiever soft girl. And I mean, look at the growth she's gone through. She stood up to her father in the biggest way. And I'm not going to tell you a stat sheet, but let's just say he could solo your families. Like he is a big, bad wizard, man. And you stood up to him and you held your ground, even with the consequences. You have been playing adoptive mother to a psycho killer, and you've been doing it very well. And every time your turn comes up in combat, there is not a wasted action. It's like, I got the spell for this. And it's so cool to see how Aurora, like, is firing on all cylinders and
at all times.
And she's not even done yet. Like, I am so excited to hear
baby shit Aurora.
Yeah, like the tale of you going to work with Eden Einhar and like growing there even like so let me flip this back. Let's take the Aurora story, go back to the square zero and ask the question to Aubrey. How has Aurora changed from the original iteration, if at all, despite the growth of the story? Like how has she changed from that?
Quite a bit, I would say. Is like I mean, we haven't really talked about it, but like I was working with you a lot, like very, very early on to like set up a bunch of stuff, and like I'm like trying to help you build out this world, but also try to stay up enough that I don't know a lot of things. My initial because I was looking through my notes and stuff for this, and because like I had a few ideas very, very early on, and my actual first character was I was initially, before I decided on which, thinking of maybe playing a Magus. And I found my notes for that version of Aurora, and I was just saying is honestly, she was just Adora in the initial version. It would be like season 1 Adora would have been like that character. And then, we started talking about classes, we started bringing everybody in, and Dusty mentioned Vegas, and I was like, well, maybe I'll do Witch, and then I did Witch, and I started building stuff, and then Critical Role season 3 happened.
Oops.
That's right. That was in a call with you.
Yeah, because originally her name was like
Imogen.
Imogen, that's right.
Yeah,
and we're like, no, we don't want that. We don't want that.
Not again.
Well, and then then it was funny is like as things have come out about Laura Bailey's character, I'm like, oh no, I have almost created similar characters, and I've been like, steer away.
Yeah.
It was a time when that happened, and then just me suddenly being like, I'm gonna just go back to the basics. I'm gonna build this character different, so because we'd be starting much further after them. So
yeah.
And then I came up with the name Aurora, and I made everybody vote on a name because I couldn't choose between like 6 different ones.
It's true.
It's so good, and I love it for someone who especially has like low key this huge like love and knowledge of like stars and space. Aurora, like the Aurora Borealis is like the perfect name.
Delicious.
Yes,
we love to see it.
I remember one thing as well for Aldwin after like thinking about, because like it was like after the Critical Role thing, it was maybe after, because we did a couple test games, and maybe after like episode 1 or 2 of recording this, I started doing the thing where Aldwin's like doing alchemy and baking with stuff. I'm just gonna say it straight up, that was just ripped off Encanto. That's just like Julieta, because I just like the healing food was just like such a powerful, good vibe. And I really like, especially what I do try to do with like a lot of characters. Aldwin, I try to represent just like some of like my background into it. Like that's another thing, like they have abuelo, and like like all their cooking is very much influenced by like actual like Mexican pastries and stuff. And just cooking literally is healing. So like and like making actual healing stuff. But then I found I was like, I could make fire bombs. So that was awesome.
Blow your ass apart.
Can I ask a 2.0 question to that question? I'm ripping off the question pretty much. And this goes to PJ.
Oh, okay.
PJ, how did you come up with one of your memorable NPCs? Like, for example, Gwendol. Like what inspired you? Like what made you think? And then also 2.2 to that question, Cuttlefish. If you could have any character in this universe, what kind of character would it be?
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me get my paper and pencil ready. Yeah, Cuttlefish.
Yeah.
Who's your NPC?
Possible season 2 guest?
Yes.
Yeah. You're muted.
Muted. Papa.
It's weird because I heard the but I'm not hearing anything else.
I think it's maybe all of us just harmonizing for them.
Maybe. Because I also wanted to ask Forgotten Cuttlefish what their thoughts of I guess the NPCs or the player growth was. But yeah, keep talking over me, Scoots, and if we hear you, I'll just shut up. Because I want to make sure we get your audio. But while I answer the question, I'll say this first and foremost. The character that was very different was Pebble. When we did all of like the pre-productions and session zeros, Pebble was supposed to be the bad influence on Aurora. And in the session zeros, it was Pebble just going like, you need to drink more alcohol to party. Like, just dumb, bad things. And then somewhere in the process, I don't know if it was actually like in the first 3 episodes or what, he just went, you should kill that guy. And it just became his entire persona is just murder bird. And it wasn't supposed to be that. He wasn't supposed to be a psychopath. He was just supposed to be a bad influence that would tell Aurora to do terrible things. And he just became a violent bird.
Isn't that almost like overachieving on the bad influence scale? Like I feel like it's still very much aligned with how it started. You just adapted to the circumstance of the own issues that you gave us to deal with, which is just like, do you want to live or do you want to die?
And also for some reason in the session zeros, I thought that Pebble sounded like Columbo or something.
Because I remember he was just like, hey, how's it going? Like he was always like very like, because my original idea was like, Lucy from Enchantment or Disenchantment? Like him, like him and I don't know, something else, something quiet and dark and mysterious. And again, he just became a violent sociopath.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, but he's our violent sociopath.
He is. Can you guys hear me now?
Hey.
Yes. Yay.
Hey. Okay.
Hey.
I have my mic being used in like 3 different places, so I think it just decided to freak out. So I'm using another mic on something for the Zoom call. Tech shit, y'all. It's fun.
You got it. You're on it.
Yeah.
Anyways, Pathfinder character for Wayward. I don't know Pathfinder, honestly. So I have no idea.
But like what class would they go to? What class would you be part of?
Just like the vibe of the character.
Yeah. General vibe. Usual, like my usual character vibe that I usually play is like chaotic flirts. So I am very much a hero kind of character type person.
I feel like you could be a very good like hero, like twin brother or sister. I mean, who really cares about Akane? Like just
she is your blood sister. Do not fuck her. That is weird.
She ain't my sister.
I mean, we haven't really. Okay, so here's also the thing. I never really like fully established his entire background story with like PJ. So like, I mean, technically, they could be adopted. Don't rule that out. Don't give me. Don't take that away from me.
Please don't fuck your adopted sibling,
bro.
Listen.
Wow.
Listen. All of my thoughts are because PJ made her sexy, and I, as a player, cannot be faulted for thinking that a character who is a woman who can step on me is something that is fuckable. I'm just being honest.
So anyways, you're saying
that all of you are laughing means that all of you have thought about it too. So I should not be villainized having the exact same thought.
Our sister,
so
my guy.
So I think I've thought about it. Nine-tailed fox who's a pirate, thiefy type.
Pirate, got it. Was it geeky type?
Thiefy, like steals other people's shit, doesn't care about the consequences.
God,
yeah.
Steals Pebble.
Friend.
Oh my God, steals Pebble thinking it's a good idea.
Steal my heart anytime.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Pebble
No
comes
promise.
back with a pirate ship.
You know
We'll
what?
take
I
some
would
of the
actually
pirate ship.
believe that. If PJ opened up the second season with Pebble like Jack Sparrow style, like landing on the dock with like a sinking ship, I would 100% believe it. I would be like, you know what? Pebble went on an adventure. I would call Pebble Sparrow. It would happen.
I support this. I support Pebble in anything he ever does ever.
Yep.
in all his
All of his
endeavors.
endeavors.
Yes.
I feel like the question for chat now would be like, who is the like most memorable NPC and why is it Pebbles? And I want to have specific
Well, now let's not get ahead of
MLA
ourselves.
format
Some
answers.
I think there may be a Pebble
cite your
question.
references.
We do still have Aki's answer, which I'll go ahead and go to. Because Aki said Sarnai had many, including more feminine appearance, who ended up becoming her sister. Other iterations include Bollywood hero Himbo Dragon Rider and Dimitri from Fire Emblem Three Houses, but even sadder. I also had originally planned for a much crueler relationship with Sarnai and their father, but PJ and I really liked the Batman approach.
Yeah.
Batman approach was great.
It was very good.
It's
It
very
was
fair.
it was very good because we were talking the
What
whole
is
time
your
about their-
intentions with my son?
My son.
That was so good.
son.
you are adequate, and then just you know, we were Aki and I were talking about their dad because like we really wanted the relationship between father and son or child and son to child and son, good lord,
Child
father and
son.
child, father and child. We wanted it to be tumultuous to a degree for a lot of reasons. There's a lot of other stories that we were actually kind of prepping for Sarnai, and some of them may come out in season 2. But honestly, everything has been changing so much here and there in little doses that even these stories might be changing in some degree. So
100%.
you know, we're not going to see how the stories fully end until we're already done telling them. And that's kind of exciting about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, can I, one more thing I wanted to add.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, Greta was supposed to be more extra. Greta was initially supposed to be a very hyper, very much more in your face, like, hey, what are we doing? Who are you? What's going on here? Can I be your friend? Why can't we be friends? What's going on? How can I help you? Like a lot. It was supposed to be unnerving how willing she was to help. And I feel like that all kind of changed around the Parents' Day episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of things like, but also one thing that has survived about Aurora is her horrible dad. The horrible dad is always
flat out
bad.
Yeah.
Mr. Doyle, I will be honest, like a lot of you gave me a very fun and small cheat sheet of each character. And I was like, okay, let's just do this and see what happens. And so as I was playing your dad the whole time, I was like, is this too sociopath? Is this too narcissistic? Like, am I hitting this character or am I mutating him into something awful? And the answer is yes to both. That's exactly what he needed to be. He was supposed to be a horrible narcissist, and that's what he was.
Mhm.
And
People hated him.
I will say from the moment, and I don't know if it was you who made that comparison or if it's something that we came up with as a collective, and I'm pretty sure it was what you said, PJ, but the second you said that Aurora's dad looks like Jude Law, all I could think of is Jude Law as Dumbledore, like that specific look. So whenever you spoke with that like very arrogant British accent or whatever it was really hard for me, Fee, to like not feel the charismatic pull. And I was just like, no, you have to support your friend. Your friend is being abused emotionally and probably also physically at some point. Be strong. But like me as a player, I was just like, I kind of want to hear you talk for longer. Tell me more. Tell me how much I suck. Do it.
Yeah, I think one of my ideas that I don't think it was ever used. It wasn't used, and it's never really come to things. It was like, oh no, magical experimentation.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he didn't need any more help on being a piece of shit. And that may be something that comes up in season 2, is that may have been done in the past to you. But
yeah. I mean, it was definitely one of the things I was going to talk to you about and be like, if we want to do this, I'm still down.
Yeah, I'll say this. I am always down to tell any story with you all so long as you consent. If it is a hard to handle story, that is between us and our audience to discuss as you know, as people do. But I can feel confident telling that story and having that discussion if I know me and the person it's for, like, that we want to have this discussion, we want to talk about this, and this is purely for the right to a conversation kind of thing.
All right, Peter, I may have some ideas and notes to flow.
You're not fucking your sister. Then. You're not fucking your sister.
No, it has actually nothing to do with my very, very hot, sexy sister that I never asked you to make hot. And that was a you decision, and therefore you must carry the burden alone that all of us want to fuck her. That is on you, sister? Good sir.
Yes.
I want to fuck Hero's sister. Can I do that? Is that a thing I can do?
Yes, give Hero's sister an off-screen girlfriend, off-screen partner.
Yes. And have it be Cuttlefish's OC. I would love that. It wouldn't stop me from fantasizing about her, but you know,
it's Pirate Lord on the
Cuttlefish. What would we call that ship between Akane and Cuttlefish?
Cuddle-nay.
Angelfish.
Oh, I don't know.
Angelfish.
Oh,
that's good. That's good. So I think Fee, we interrupted you about the Akane thing. What was the other question you were saying?
Shit, I didn't have one. Fuck, let me come up with one.
That's right. Well, while you're thinking about that, let's get to the other question. This next question. This is from someone named also Joanne. And
this could be.
I wonder. And the question says, if your characters ended up becoming Hell Knights, as unlikely as that may be for some of you, what order would you join and why? Okay.
I think this one may be good.
Is there an order that is specifically for being horny? Because then we all know where Hero would
horny,
go.
no. Spiky, yes. Very spiky.
You know what you can do with spikes? There's a lot.
Stabbing?
Yeah.
Probably the God Claw, because that's the only one Greta knows about.
I mean, I have them up and I can go through each one of them if that might help people.
Absolutely. Let me join you in that, because I actually have a lot of the Hell Knight stuff saved, because I had to do a ton of research for this. Also, another one shot where I had to use Hell Knights as character fodder.
Concern?
No, it was all right. They were the bad guys, and the idea was like, if you're doing a one shot with like 9 different possible endings, because it really put the burden of the moral compass onto the players.
Oh, right, that.
So yeah, so it was like, which ending do you want is entirely about how you, because you're given a simple task from the Hell Knight, who's like, you're in training, you're all armigers. You do this, you're officially Hell Knights, you're going to your order, and the job was like kind of rough, but potentially solvable without, you know, killing everyone in the city. And so as you learn more and more and more, you have to ask yourself, what is a choice we need to make? And there can be PvP, there can be betrayal against your Hell Knight officer, there can be do the job and become Hell Knights, but you know, on different circumstances. It was all over the place and it was great. Oh God, but I just like got completely wired on coffee and spent 9 hours writing it.
Yep, sounds about right.
Yeah, I can't recommend that.
Yeah, at that point, just do Coke like an adult. I mean, pop open a cold can of Coca-Cola.
Coffee Coca-Cola.
Yeah. I do have them open if we want to go through them.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. So if you start with your major orders, you start with the Order of the Chain, which their whole creed is all men lift themselves up on the backs of others. They're like, everyone has a place in the society. Usually they are bounty hunters or jailers, you know, great people. And then next you have the Order of the Gate, which is all very magic-y, studying things like that, magic and planar stuff. Their whole creed is judgment in the face of depravity. And you got the God Claw, which are the boyfriends. And those are righteousness by obedience is their creed, and they live by the virtues of the 5 deities: Abadar, Asmodeus, Iomedae, Irori, and Torag.
Yeah,
they're like, I guess, the most neutral order.
And it's interesting because like all of the gods, Asmodeus is kind of walking a really weird line in Pathfinder lore, But aside from that, all the other gods are all very, very good gods, all about like defeating evil, creating a good society, and making sure no one suffers.
Abadar's just capitalism.
Yeah, Abadar is capitalism, but it's at least as far as I've learned, it's capitalism back when everyone was a dumb, shiny-headed idiot about that being a perspective for a functioning society. And I always kind of view Abadar as not so much about capitalism, but the money and infrastructure needed for a thriving city. I really think in modern context, Abadar could be rewritten for a more socialist environment, but right now he's through the lens of capitalism for sure.
But yeah, like Iomedae is like very, very like good deity, and is all like lawfulness and helping people. And Aurora is just like, make yourself the best version of you. And then Torag is like, make things.
Make things and don't be a dick.
Yep.
I have a quick question.
Uh-huh.
Just because Asmodeus was mentioned a bunch of times, and Asmodeus is, at least I know that Pathfinder is probably removed from that, but he is linked, at least, I think I don't even know if it's Christianity, but like in some kind of lore, he's definitely linked to like obviously the 7 deadly sins and like being the sin of lust. Is that what
the
Archfiend Knights and the circles are based off of, or no? Yes. Like, is Asmodeus in Pathfinder? Does he have an affinity? This has like nothing to do with like heroes' affinity to lust. I'm just wondering, as like a player, if that is like
hero. Please do not fuck Asmodeus.
Makai, if you could stop whispering into the mic sexily, that would be really great. It is not horny time yet, and I need you to stop.
Yeah, I think in Pathfinder lore, like,
I see you coming closer. Stop it.
Asmodeus is like the head of like all of the circles of hell. He's like the archfiend. His whole thing is tyranny, pride, things like that.
He's nuts.
Yes.
Yeah,
usually like fire, evil.
I see it.
Yeah, he's definitely the kind of guy who's like, this is actually kind of something that I find interesting between Pathfinder and like the other D20 system, where Asmodeus is present in both, and in both he is the highest ranked devil god, archfiend, whatever you want to use for it, for that infrastructure. He's very much, even though he's a lawful evil deity, he's very much about order, contracts, law, and deals. Why? Because he manipulates the shit out of those to get what he wants from people. And in the Hell Knight lore, I believe, I forgot his name, Raoul.
Yeah, one of those, like one of the very early Hell Knights.
Yeah, they, through their crusade, I forgot which war, but during one of their crusades, they were basically given a glimpse into the military and social chain of command of hell, and went, okay, these are some bad creatures, but I like that infrastructure though. That's a dope ass infrastructure.
That's effective.
Yep. And then the next we have the Order of the Nail, which we already knew about. That's the ones we fought. They're all about quelling rebellions and things like that. And then you have the Order of the Pyre. Those are very not great. They don't like magic. Their whole reason and that they happen to burn magic users.
Yeah, it seems a bit extreme.
Well, yeah, and then you have the Order of the Rack, which I want to say is a torture group.
Oh,
yeah, they do like their torture.
Yeah. Let's see. The Order's reputation for raiding the homes of those who speak out against the status quo. So they're definitely lawful extremists. But then again, that's kind of the interesting thing about the Hell Knights, is that when they were made, the goal was to be good. And there's kind of this interesting dialogue where there are some members of the Order that are actually kind of good and effective at keeping good things. The problem, though, is the corruption of their station and how sometimes things spin out into such a way that they become almost like a Flanderization of their original code of ethics, like Order of the Scourge.
Yeah, which is like Sarnai's dad. Like they combat lawless and lawlessness and the ever-present watchers.
Mm-hmm.
All of these Hell Knights seem way too lawful.
That pretty much all Hell Knights are going to be lawful.
Yeah.
They have a very strict code and they will stick to it. And if anything is outside of their code or they deem not lawful, they can actually do good things.
Yeah.
Like as Sarnai's dad, saving Aurora, which is maybe technically it is unlawful what was happening,
Yeah. I like to think the best bridge mentally for who these people are and what they do and what they're about. They're basically the Space Marines of Pathfinder. Not so much in high tech, but definitely they have a code.
Mentality.
Yeah, mentality, physicality. They are the Astartes of this world. Oh, I think we lost somebody in something. Let's see.
Oh, that was me. It made me refresh Windows. Yay.
There we go. But yeah, continue, Aurora. Good Lord, Aubrey. Sorry, the A and the R in my head. It's
no, you're good. So Scourge, and then I think the order of the because those are all the major orders, and then there are some others that exist, kind of, not really. I think the next one it has is Order of the Pike, which I think was the first Hell Knight order, which no longer exists, and they're just they just fight.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's Greta's. I see. Got
That's
it.
good. Reviving the Order of the Pike.
I feel like that's why they don't exist anymore, because Greta just made them absolute. Greta was just too good at fighting. We don't need this goddamn order anymore. What do we do?
Good.
Disband! And then they all run away.
Don't worry about it, lads. I've got this one.
And then I believe you have the Order of the Scar, which all they do is hunt assassins. And then wrapping it up with the Order of the Torrent, which is the closest to I think technically the Order of the Torrent actually at points strays into lawful good territory, because the Order of the Torrent is they have a whole thing about rescuing people who have been kidnapped or taken against their will.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I believe most of the stuff they do is hunting down and killing pirates that participate in abductions and ambushes and things like that.
Yeah.
So they're probably one of the nicer groups. I want to say the Scourge was basically the ones who was there to make sure infrastructure was sound, but I want to say there was a more specific order that was more internal affairs.
Oh, I
Right?
think it is Scourge. Yeah, because theirs is all that.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go, everyone. That's all the different orders. Which order would you want your character to be in, if you had to?
I also wanted to throw this out there because I think it could be a fun little thing. Maybe about Patreon, whatever, but it would be really cool if we would let chat or our viewers maybe decide on an NPC that could be one of the Hell Knights and that we meet in season 2 would be a fun little thing. The one with the most creative choice. I think that would be nice. That's it. That is my tale and take for today. And it's totally not because I'm avoiding answering this question at all. It is totally because I want to include chat in season 2.
Yeah.
Anyways.
True. So since you're not avoiding the question, why don't you go ahead and tell us your actual answer?
I could never go first. I already spoke so much just now. It's time for somebody else to say something.
We do love hearing your beautiful voice.
Do answer the question. Dusty,
Yeah,
please.
no, I got you. I'll answer with Aki for Sarnai's answer, and then Sarnai will lead the hero perfectly. So Sarnai's answer. Aki got it really short and simple. As the most likely to become a Hell Knight, I would say either Order of the Scourge, keeping in the family, or Order of the Gate, because magic. So, as Sarnai's soon-to-be wed
husband,
what would heroes be?
I'm sorry, what was that? What?
What was that, Fee?
I'm sorry, I was starting a poll to see which NPC the audience to see, or maybe
Thank
could
you
become.
so much for obliging. PJ, what order of Hell Knight would Grendel be in? Do answer now. before I have to answer.
Or
Maybe
Gwendol.
we just don't
Order of
answer
the
me.
good boy.
Gwendol.
Order the good boy.
Order the good boy. I think he would have probably like have analysis paralysis because he's like, I want to join the one that is the goodest and the best. And like, they're all good. They're all the best. That's impossible. I know.
Statistically not okay.
Yes.
Gwendol would like to join them all.
Yeah. Can I be in every order? No.
Okay,
We're
maybe
literally
I
all over
take
the
that
world.
question back. Maybe the better answer is, or the question is, what would Pebble be in?
Oh, Order of the Pyre.
Or Order of the
No.
Pike.
Yeah, Order of the Pike, because Order of the Pyre means he has to burn me.
I mean-
I stand by what I said.
Right.
Okay, so here's a question based on that. Would Pebble ever go so far as to hurt Aurora for his cause of like
He hurts me.
I
being
literally
a bad
lost
influence?
That's right. If he kills Aurora, he's gone forever because Aurora summoned him as a familiar. So
Oh, but
if
I
Aurora's
didn't.
dead,
But I
he's
didn't
dead.
say kill.
Hmm?
Listen to the very distinct question that I'm posing. I
Not kill.
asked, would he ever hurt Aurora for his cause of being a bad
Righteousness.
influence and like pushing her maybe to do something that she doesn't want to do?
Well, okay, so that's debatable because I think the iteration of Pebble that was supposed to be a bad influence is gone now, and now he's just a murder bird. So I think at this point he probably wouldn't kill her because also he calls you mommy to your face because he literally believes you are his mother. I mean, you are, and so I don't think he would do that. He'd be like, I would die for her. I am the Owl King. You don't even know my name. Like he would go way the fuck off. He would just lose his mind. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I'm concerned. You said he was a murderer of birds? I thought he was an owl.
Well, murder bird owl. Like, what's
Yeah.
the difference?
Have you seen owls? They have murder in their eyes at
They
all
are
times.
gigantic murder birds. They're the biggest of
Mhm.
murder birds.
Fair.
I think Aldwin. Aldwin would take after Abuelo, which Abuelo is a cleric of Desna, but also is from Andoran, which is the birthplace of freedom. So they would probably rebel against all this, and just to be a little shit, will make their own order, just like to fight them, and just like I don't know, fucking order the bun,
Yeah, what I was gonna say, order of the pastry.
order of the bun.
Order of the cupcake.
Order the bun. I stand it hard.
Greta joins after she realizes that Order of the Pike is just her and Pebble.
Just you two looking at each other, going like, "So, who gonna kill tonight, Pebble?" I don't know. Who else is around?
I mean, I still have to file reports and then do a bunch of paper. Fuck it, Aldwin! This was a mistake. Let's burn this bitch to the ground.
All right, so I just started a poll.
Mm.
So if you in the chat want to answer this poll, it may or may not be a thing in season 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how long we're gonna tell a story, but which NPC could, would, or maybe in your brain should become a Hell Knight.
There
Look
are
at
two
the
really
image
good
down below.
choices on there, and I wish I could vote for both of them.
I used to pimple back on there.
Don't you want to see him become a Hell Knight?
I want to beat his ass first.
I want to beat his ass into the dirt.
I do.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
saying, I do, because hey, this is the question. I was like, I do think Aurora would join the Order of the Torrent, simply because she views it as probably the one of the ones that she's like, I could feel good about what I do, and help people.
Absolutely. I think it's extremely valid. And order the bun, order the torrent, order the pike, we think, for Greta so far.
Could we technically make our own Hell Knight section, like a homebrew Hell Knight section?
I mean,
That's
we
insane. Alden
could.
was gonna do.
I mean, you already made a really evil math teacher. We might as well go all the way.
Quick shout out to Jebba Boyd. Question for PJ: has the rebellion of Kintargo happened yet? So as far as timeline is concerned, this is happening around the Lost Omen, so I believe that's already happened.
It's already happened because
Yeah.
that happened during 1E's timeline.
Oh yeah, then absolutely.
Yeah.
The rebellion of Kintargo happened. So I don't know if the Order of the Torrent is still around because I know they're largely placed in Kintargo.
They don't even exist really by the time the rebellion happens, because they're because I've been listening to a podcast that takes place during this time, and essentially one of the big mysteries is what happened to the Order of the Torrent, because there's a big whole night where all the Hell Knights, like when the new mayor or governor of the city is brought in, they like go after all the people who like were speaking out against them, and an Order of the Torrent was one of the many groups to disappear during that night.
Ooh. Jibba Boyd says they still exist. They've been renewed as part of it, I believe. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's one of those ones where it's like yes, but no, but yes, but no.
That's fair. I think right now the amazing writers over at Paizo are probably trying to, for the first time in like a decade, start to work with the living timeline and lore of this new world. So they're probably like, well, we'll see where things land in a bit. I mean, strictly speaking, as far as organization archetypes are concerned, you can be a Hell Knight Armiger, level up into a Hell Knight officer, and then you can become, I think, a Hell Knight or a signifier, which is basically a Hell Knight that does magic. Usually signifiers are more divine magic casters, but
Signifier Stonemason. You know what? That's got a new string to it.
Kind of a dope name, right? As for PJ personally, I would love to be in Internal Affairs. I would love to look these idiots in the face and tell them they're oppressive zealots and kick their ass in public. But I know that's not something that just comes easily. So let's see here. So we already got, actually, no, Aki didn't write this because this was an impromptu question. But let's get to the next question before I forget. I believe we're on question number 3.
4.
If you're 4, yes, you're right. Got any outfit changes in mind for season 2? This is kind of a big one. Any outfit changes for season 2?
I want to go ahead and do Aki's question again.
Any what changes?
Outfit changes.
Like your.
I want to be more naked.
Fair.
You want to be more elegant?
Just making Aki's life easier.
Just
I feel
bam,
like Aki's question
doll.
is probably be like less buttons for Sarnai in fear of popping. Since chest is so voluptuous.
Well, actually, they have a very
big.
simple question or simple answer, and it's a black/gold modern Hanfu. Y'all will not be ready.
Of course, Aki would go for fashion. Oh,
course,
what an
Aki.
elegant answer.
Okay.
Also, I feel like I should answer one of the questions put to our question, which was who asked the question about outfit changes, and that's someone that goes by the name of Still Joanne. So Still Joanne asks us this question.
That's different than running Joanne. Stagnant Joanne?
I don't know.
We got a lot of
Joanne.
we've got a lot of like alternate versions of Joanne on this list. So
Yeah.
This is our madness of the multiverse.
Yeah. It's the Joanne multiverse.
The Joanniverse.
The Joanniverse, yes.
We are
So
all
know-
Aki, but we got all the questions from Joanne.
Aki Joanne.
So we know that Aki's thinking about a beautiful black and gold Hanfu, and we know that Hiro just wants to be opulent and badass looking. I want to know what's Aurora going to wear in season 2.
That is the opposite of what I said.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm going to be honest. I was reading like 3 things at once.
Opulent means more clothes. I feel like I distinctively said that he wanted to be naked. PJ.
Consider
Naked.
this: naked, but you steal Sarnai's shirt.
Naked with gold body paint.
Consider this because it's Pride Month and we like to make things gay. Consider Hiro wearing an outfit that is both inspired by Greta and Sarnai.
Ooh, spice,
romper?
spice.
Ooh.
Romper, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but like Hanfu inspired then, since Sarnai and Hiro both actually are very like Asian-ish when it comes to like their outfits. So like East Asian mixed with whatever fashion style Greta is going for that day, which apparently is a romper.
Why not?
Hanfu romper. I'm here for it. Let's go.
Yeah. So you heard it here, folks. Season 2 romper. What's
Season 2 is the romper season.
Well, my reasoning for the romper, right? We had Greta got that super dope armor, but it's glamored, right? So what's a nice piece that covers everything, but that still looks cute? A romper. Congratulations.
Yeah. There we go. Now, what's Aurora going to wear for season 2?
I have described the Lolita dress many times. I imagine I have some fun. I've been looking at like design, like some stuff for it, but there's also like I've been finding these like really cute dresses that have all these like star motifs and stuff. So I'll probably like kakodaki and mash some stuff together. And especially like probably a lot of blue. Blue, I think is her color.
Very much so.
Okay, makes sense. What about Alden? What's Alden gonna wear for season 2?
Before looking at this, I didn't really have an idea. Like changing, I was like, oh, okay, but I think going back home with Abuelo, they'd probably like come back wearing something more like comfortable, something like a little bit more traditional, but also something like I don't know, maybe they're feeling a little inspired. Something that they could also like dancing, maybe. Who could say?
I like that. Yeah, I'm really
Ooh,
curious to see. Yeah,
what
because
type
you
of
and Melee
dancing?
will be dancing all summer long.
Yeah, dancing. Yeah.
Yeah, dancing.
Good
Forgotten
question.
Cuttlefish.
Dancing.
Forgotten Cuttlefish. Whose costume change do you want to see?
Oh, I want to see.
Please say Akane and give the same reasoning that I gave. Do it. Do it for the
I'm
game.
gonna see how their future wife
Okay.
is gonna dress.
Okay.
Do it for the game.
Okay. Definitely Akane.
Okay.
And something very boob showing. Much
boob showing.
Yes.
Much boob.
Much boob.
Boob window.
Much
I'm
booba.
so gay.
Honestly,
Okay.
look, I don't know if anyone in chat or here reads One Piece, but every time Akane comes on, I'm just thinking, oh God, what's her name from Wano?
Lady
Kaido's
Boa?
son. No,
Lady-
Kaido's son from one. Fuck, I had this whole thing like that, and then I forgot her
Well,
name.
I feel
As
like she
soon
reminds me
as-
of Nico. Is that her name with all of the hands who ate the fruit of like the devil fruit with like olive where she like can multiply her fucking limbs? Is that Nico? The with long black hair in One Piece?
Yamato.
What an Akane
Yamato.
reminds
I was
me of.
just looking at that. Yeah,
Robin.
the white and
Her
red.
name is Robin. Oh
Yeah,
my god,
Nico
I thought about
Robin
Nico.
is who
No, her
you're
name is
thinking of.
Robin. I swear I'm an anime fan. I just One Piece is really long.
Yeah,
There's
I've
a
been watching
lot.
it all of my life, and I'm still not done.
My guy is just like, I've been watching it since I came out of the womb and I'm still not done.
We
Get
laugh,
my
but
level
you're not
straight.
all
wrong.
the time.
You're not wrong. One Piece started like a couple months either before or after I was born.
That hurts my very soul because I know that I was definitely somewhere around high school or college when that shit came out, and now I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, I'm old,
Yep. I feel that. I feel that so hard.
right?
Suffer.
So we want more boba for Akane.
Yes.
I'll
Yes. Please.
do my best. I feel so weird, but I'll do my best. So let's get to the next question. Oh wait. Oh my god, hold on. I think we've got the poll results in. Few results.
Oh.
Here we go. Okay. So which NPC should become a Hell Knight with 50%, aka all of the votes? Well, I mean, majority of the votes. Lannis Cornald. They think Lannis.
I'm sorry, who to what now?
Ooh.
Yeah, your boy Lanny. They
no,
want.
imagine the
Huh?
pain, the
That's wait,
anguish.
hang on. Let me look at this. Let me look at this chat. Hang on.
Yeah.
Maybe I should actually pull up and see what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a very tragic note.
Leave my boy alone.
Not like most of your notes
Just-
aren't tragic, you know.
Yeah, just think of all the good storylines and all the angst.
Yep.
And Landis becoming a Hell Knight. Maybe he can learn from the boyfriends. Maybe he can become like an Order of the God Claw. I think that actually, for someone from last hall, that actually probably be pretty good.
Yeah, that
Order
makes a
of
lot
the
I'm kind of
Last Wall.
disappointed that Chad didn't go with the obvious reason. Honestly, I disappointed Chad of Gwendol because that kind of change.
Too good of a
Mind
boy.
blowing.
Gwendol got that tattoo. That's the same.
Mhm,
I,
mhm.
the tattoo was the gateway to becoming a Hell Knight.
But I guess Aurora is gonna follow.
Ooh.
Oh no, I do love that there was this when Gwendol and you both got your tattoos, there was this whole thing about how Gwendol got like, was it good boy somewhere on his like collarbone. He's like, this has awoken something in me. And now I'm like, look, furry community, I salute you. Furry community, if you come at me and say, listen, make our boy Gwendol sexy, give him a bunch of tattoos and like put him on a journey, message me, tell me this. If I have your support, our good boy is going to become maybe a bit of a bad boy. We'll see what happens.
No, don't give them that much power.
Well, first of all, we'll see. They have to come at me first. If they don't come at me, then nothing happens.
PJ, that is the worst thing you could say.
I am inviting doom. Come at me, bro.
But now I want like I want Aurora and Gwendol to have a class together next season, so I could just continue this wonderful friendship.
Gwendol is in fact a homie, and I want to see more of him.
Me too. It's a funny story. So hold on, let me get my notes. Let me actually look up my freaking notes. So when I made up, I forgot what it was, but you all were going to the Orange Sonata, the actual host club. And I was like, oh crap, I need to make NPCs for that place. I haven't done that yet at some point in the process. And so I wanted to create like characters that would kind of fit like archetypal romantic crushes or interests. And
wait, and you went with the furry?
Well, here's what it was. You go ahead. It's your story, my guy.
No. We're gonna say. I need to get my notes. Hold on. We're gonna say.
Well, when you asked everyone to like submit NPCs, one of the ones I gave you was a golden retriever boy. Thinking, oh, you're gonna make like a cool, like really happy-go-lucky dude. He's gonna be a
Gwendol,
funny...
is you're doing Mackay?
This is not what I wanted to happen. But I'm glad this is
made a literal golden retriever boy.
You did not realize that Shuni.
I think even in the episode, you could hear me dying of laughter, and I realized that you made a literal golden retriever boy.
This is like trust me. Fey deal.
Yeah,
be careful what you wish for.
Yep.
One finger on the paw.
No, trust me. The idea you gave me, I loved, and I'm still gonna do it. But I realized I introduced so many NPCs and I had so many threads that one collection of people would have to come in a little later. So season 2, we're gonna see all 3 of them.
And that's how I figured out we were getting a season 2 early.
There's no proof of that. I was still very much very good, like, oh, I don't know. And honestly, to be fair, like I still had to talk to like my other producers and be like, okay, like what's our feelings? And the minute, actually to our credit, Sydney was like, our social media person was like, so I just remembered we were supposed to talk about this. Are we like, how do we feel about this? Everyone immediately was like, yes, down, season 2, do that. And I'm like, fuck yes, I'll let the kids know we're gonna be a fun time.
Yeah, well, what's the next question? I feel like...
That's a good question. The next question is from Gwendol. However, they didn't spell his name right, so that makes me laugh.
It's Gwendol's evil twin.
It's Gwendil. And Gwendil asks, who is your favorite NPC and why are they the bestest boy?
I mean, do we need to answer that? We've sincerely said it multiple times by now.
Yeah.
He's a very, very good.
He's the best boy around, and
I don't know. But then there's also like really good competition with Professor Morrow.
Morrow is so good.
Yeah.
For Aki, because Aki wrote this, their favorite, they put Melee because of growth.
Mm-hmm.
They also like Jensen and Quentin.
Oh yes.
And then their ship name would be Order of the Kiss. That is so good.
It's
That's
good.
adorable. It's so cute. Wow.
Freaking love that.
Favorite NPC for me is Kuni Marmor for having literally only met him once and only seeing him in like the morning. I don't know. He's just a vibe. And I love him. I love him so goddamn much.
I mean, I don't know Anya Ardens, who's the one that Aurora is gonna go and like intern with, but I like her so far. But yeah. I was like, it's a word. My brain is just like it is words.
Eden Sweetheart.
Yeah, it's very nice. I'm very excited for that. Yeah, I do. the Hell Knights. Melee's been fantastic. I love his character arc. He's such a great character arc.
So good.
And then I absolutely love to hate Aurora's father.
Oh yeah.
This is one of those ones where you're just like, he is horrible, and I love that he is
The
horrible because
worst.
it just makes him so easy to hate on. And then
Oh,
just
100%.
being like, okay, what's he gonna do next? What horrible thing is he gonna do next? And I'm gonna be like, oh God, how could you do this horrible thing? But
Oh, you sicken me. Give me more.
is he gonna try to kidnap me again? I don't know.
He's gonna try and kidnap me, gaslight me, murder me.
My
It's
safe
so
word is
good.
please. So where were we? Well, we're talking about favorite NPCs, right?
Me?
Yeah. I really liked Melee's arc. Like the whole turnaround, and then PJ surprising me during the dance. Like I had no intention of all of them going with anyone, just straight up, because they were just gonna stag it. But it was, I think the Alduin Melee Demanic is really dynamic. Is really, really fun, really good. I do love Morrow a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Professor Morrow is just like, they're great. They're fun. It's a good time. I do like also Murunde. Did I say that correctly?
Which one?
Professor Murunde.
Oh, Marinley. Yeah.
Marinley, yes.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun. Marinley is funny. She's actually a carryover from the show we do on Wednesdays. There's a 12-year-old girl from, I believe from Tezuku, and she is like just a science genius, and her adopted parent, Isawo, basically was like, look, you're brilliant, you need to learn chemistry, I'm going to put you in charge, I'm going to put you under the tutelage of this like mad goblin scientist named Boomglass, I think was their name. No, Bubble Boil. And Bubble Boil basically took her under her wing, and Marinley is like this 12-year-old girl who's also like a mad genius super scientist. And I was like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if she grew up, mellowed out, and became just this wonderful chemistry teacher? So when you're like, I want to do alchemy, I was like, I got it. I got the exact person for this job.
Boom.
No. I remembered it. I love the two people who do Arcana Zoology. I love them so much.
Oh yeah.
Woodward and oh gosh, why can't I remember her the other person's name? Graudoon. Yeah. Well, Woodward's also a character from Angelina, but I love kind of blaming that. Oh, so I finally found the list of all the boys at the host club. So here
Why
it is.
wasn't Landis there?
So
Season 2, Landis Host Club.
maybe.
Hell
So here it
Knight.
is. I took them as like a basic archetype, and then I gave them a name. So him boy, Shuni, Golden Retriever Ranger, Gwendol. Skinny emo boy, fletching rogue bard, Koraz. Boy next door, gnome fighter, Bolin. And I think somewhere there's like rock metal tiefling, but yeah, I don't have a name for him. So yeah, those are all the people that are there. And you saw Gwendol, and you were like, that's the one. I'm like, this is amazing.
That's the boy.
I mean, if you know, you know, right? I mean, there's just no other way to say it.
I mean, hey, blessing in disguise. I'll take it. So what was the question? Sorry, I got looking through my notes the whole time.
What about Cuttlefish? What was your favorite NPC?
Oh, yeah, what's your favorite?
Considering everything I posted on Twitter was either a Pebble quote, a Sarnai quote, or a Morrow quote, I think my favorite NPC is Professor Morrow with his thoughts of cannibalism.
Cannibalism.
Necromancy. Yeah.
Necromancy.
I am the skeleton.
The
I need
best
that
is
on-
Fuck
Skeleton.
you, I am medicine.
I am medicine. I want to make a whole bunch of merch, and I'd love to get like at least 2 or 3 Morrow centered merch. And one, it's like gender, I am literally skeleton, and another one where he's like, fuck you, I am medicine.
Yes, please.
I really
Please.
want that. I want those, but like those, like, you know, those like shirts where it's like skeleton hands covering your titties.
Skeleton titties, yeah.
Yeah.
That,
Is it metal
but
fingers?
it's just a rib cage. Like it's just covering a rib cage.
Love it. All right, let's see here. So my favorite NPC, it's hard to say because like when you're running the show,
Mhm.
you just want the NPCs to be good for your all's sake. Because if I have really lame, bad, boring NPCs, you have nothing to play off of. You have nothing to play with except for each other, which is important. But even that, the group of you could be like, well, who are we talking to? Cardboard cutout number 23. Doesn't really matter. So I don't know. I like them all. There's some that you met once or twice and didn't really get to know more about, like the Varisian traveler carnival girl with like the black and white kind of like Hot Topic aesthetic. She has so much story going on, and that just didn't happen. That's fine.
Joustor.
Pickus Bing Bong. I'm very proud of Pickus Bing Bong because there's a whole thing. If you go to Dueling Club or Jousting Club and you see Pickus Bing Bong, like that's a whole story arc in of itself. And I just love.
I know what I'm doing season 2.
I just love it. Like Pickus Bing Bong. What's his nickname? Pickles. Because his name is Pickus and he's green. I'm witty.
Good job. So proud.
I kind of
I
know that nobody has mentioned them before, and I don't know if anybody really remembers them. I really like the storytelling duo from the tavern that was putting on the theater play.
Sock puppets, yes.
I think it was before we went into like the cellar, because I remember having a really good time, and then suddenly our teacher was just like, tee-hee, now you have to go die in the dungeon. And I was just like, I don't wanna.
It was the episode before.
It was Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. Oh, and full disclosure, those two 100% are from Gallant Goblins Queer Finder Volume 1 book.
Yeah.
I know I did a shout out episode of, but I really would love to go back on Twitter and put them on text blast, because like they gave me this
fantastic.
It's amazing. They gave me this amazing material for free, and it's got a lot of amazing queer content that you can like put into any part of Absalom. And those two puppets are one of the stories that they did. So like absolutely, if you love that, go check out Gallant Goblin. They're awesome.
Gallant Goblin for all your queer storytelling needs.
Absolutely. I do like Lannis a lot, but I feel like there's always a character I put a little, like every good storyteller and actor will put a little bit of themselves into one performance here and there. And Lannis is definitely like just the part of me that wants to be a paladin. Lannis, like that's threw that at that boy, and I'm gonna punish him forever for it.
I have a question, just because I am curious as both a player and somebody who cannot do accents to save my life. Is there any character that you I guess like struggle more than others with to like stay in character while you are them? Or are you just like, I am so amazing, I can do it all, which is super valid, because I do believe that you are that breathtakingly awesome. I just want to, I don't know. I just want to know like if there's like a character where you're just like, dude, I picked this character type, but holy shit, it's hard to like upkeep.
PJ off the shits.
I'm going to have to say two characters.
Tomorrow.
No, Marrow, like bone marrow. Marrow was something that I kind of dialed into during pre-production immediately. But no, Melee and Perish were hard because I am not a bully. I don't think. I mean, I might be on accident. I might be on purpose and not, know it. But it's really hard for me to dial into bully energy in a way that makes sense. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's hard for me to flip that switch. So like, it was very hard for me to play Melee convincing, because I'm like, how am I going to convincingly have this character be a bully when like I like these people and I want to lift them up, and how do I do that? So Melee was hard, and thank God Sarnai critically succeeded slapping that boy in the face, because man, he needed a redemption arc, and you all like handed it to him on a silver platter. Perish was supposed to be the bully, actually.
Oops.
But first of all, I'm pretty sure Greta pegged him, and
definitely,
and the melee interactions between y'all was so perfect that I knew that we had to keep playing that out. But Parrish is not done yet. He is not done. We haven't seen the last of Mr. Wilmanax, so he may be a bully for another season. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah, and I do want to talk to you about where that relationship went, because while I don't think Greta just flat out ghosted him, I do think there is a reason why they stopped seeing each other.
I think so too. I definitely think that like that popped up, and I could tell it wasn't very serious for anyone involved. It was very much like, let's have a date and let's do what we do after a date. And that's just kind of where it was at. But I don't know. I can't confirm because I'm not the player. I'm only the GM. Yeah.
You being all nice and shit. Look at you being a courteous DM.
Well, thank you. Let's get one more question and then we'll take a break. So it says here, this is from, once again, it's Joanne. And they're saying, is there anything in particular that went differently than you thought it would? And I'm going to pitch this out to the players first. And of course, Forgotten Cuttlefish. Is there anything that went differently than you expected it to go?
I mean, I guess I'll start. I went in with like absolutely no expectations, so no, it didn't.
I mean, you want to go?
No, go ahead.
I was saying there was a moment nearing the end of the season where I thought like PJ was gonna Ruby season 3 us, like
100%.
Like someone we loved was gonna die, and then just like the school would just be absolutely decimated, and we would leave the season there, and we'd be like, where the fuck are we? What is season 2? What are we gonna do?
What's going on here? Is it just, oh god.
But we won in the end.
To be fair,
we
we tried our fucking hardest to make sure no one fucking died.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. I had no intention of purposely killing anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Only given the opportunity for anyone to die genuinely and see where that went.
Yeah.
I had no idea that Garv was going to one-shot melee until I rolled that critical hit. And I was like,
oh, still kind of pissing myself over that one.
Yeah.
Just that, like, talking all that good shit and you got stabbed in your chest. Like,
for me, I mean, a lot of, like, I knew vaguely the pitch for like going into this, like, and going in, it's like, the Hell Knights are here, but they're just vibing.
Yeah.
They're they're creepy and spooky and whatever. Like the religious teacher is always like fucking high, but it's chill. And then like we saw the demon thing, like episode 1, episode 2.
Yeah.
And then we didn't see that shit until like
3 weeks before the finale.
Yeah, we like it was
prom.
No, before that, it was Light Fist, Light Sworn,
yeah,
Light Guy,
Holy Fist,
Light Fist, yeah.
Can't wait for him to show up as a teacher.
I know, right? We did that. I don't know. It was just a lot, and like the expectations going into this like changed as we were playing, just because like, I really went in with Aldwin, kind of just like. I kind of went with Alwyn kind of being like not necessarily sheltered, but they are just like very like they didn't go out much, so they were gonna stumble through a lot of things.
One.
You were the sheltered one, yes.
Yeah.
Alwyn just doesn't remember shit.
Friggin' Rapunzel didn't leave my tower till I came to school.
But I don't know. It went to a much more like thematic, epic ending than I expected it to be. But like in all the best ways possible.
Very happy to hear that. How about you, Makai? What happened that you did not expect? Like,
honestly, so here's the thing. I didn't know what to expect from this campaign. I just kind of went with it knowing what I wanted to do. And all I wanted to do with Greta was like make sure these people didn't die and flirt with my friends as much as acceptable. And here we are. And I feel like I did that pretty well. I think the biggest thing for me is I didn't expect the running theme of like running from our past as much as we did. Again, that's not really something you can ever expect. Like, you can't ever expect, hey, everyone who's like writing this college campaign is going to have the same brain cell on this weird story trope and going to run with it in a different way. But for what we got, I'll take more. In fact, I'll take 3 seasons more.
Well, I want to know, Fee, what's something that like happened that you didn't expect? Like, what was the big shift for you?
I think when we started this journey, in a weird way, I wasn't really aware of the stakes. I knew it was like a school and it was an adventuring school, but I think much like Hero, which I think very much bled into him, which works for his character, but I didn't realize how high the stakes were with us doing our trials. Like, not even with like Melee dying, or like, you know, Saranide almost killing many students in a weird twist of fate and storyline plot. But I think I just never really realized that, like, holy shit, like we can die. Like it was, you know, obviously in D&D and Pathfinder, you are always aware that, like, oh my god, you can die. But like in a weird way, I thought as like a player, I was somehow protected from that fate. And then you didn't like hold any punches. And I was like, holy crap, no, wait, we can actually, like, I could lose, you know, not only the characters and players that I play with, but we can also lose like beloved NPCs, and, you know, I can lose Hero, or like, you know, Aurora could lose Pebbles, like even like something small like that. I was just like, holy crap, this is like, and I think that kind of, in a good way, and also like in a very like nice story arc way, just made it like way more intense, which I really liked. I was like, okay, I'm aware now that this is not all just like shits and giggles, which made Hero more fun to play, because even though I was aware of the stakes as like a player, I think he never truly realized what was going on until way too late. Like even when he almost died, he did come back from it, and I think that it kind of still in his head kind of was like, oh, but I survived, teehee. And I think it wasn't until like he saw Melee die, and like, you know, the consequences with like, I mean, in our last episode with like Morrow and stuff, I think now it's slowly sinking into him that like his actions and all of our actions do have like very serious consequences. And I think that's a really cool, I don't know, twist on also like the school genre that we have of like, holy crap, yeah, this is, you know, as much as we like joke around and have a really fun time and laugh, this actually has like deep rooted, you know, like plot and structure, and what we do really does affect the way that, you know, NPCs and bad guys and, you know, teachers react to us. Like, for example, I mean, this is a little bit going on a tangent, but like when Hero like lit those like piles of paper on fire when we were at our divination professor, like he didn't think about the consequences. And to be fair, neither really did I, because I was like, oh my god, like, I mean, what's the worst that can happen? And then suddenly you pull out this very all-knowing teacher who's just like, I will kick your ass. And I was like, oh no, you can kick my ass, like with the future. And I was just like, no. So I think all of that just makes the story way more intriguing and like way more, I think, satisfying to play at, because I feel like having stakes and knowing that your decisions actually matter makes making them so much more fun, even if they are chaotic or bad or good or whatever. So I think that kind of changed for me as a player, and for my character too, was just like the realization of just like, yeah, this is like serious stuff. Yeah. But, you know, in a fun way, in a quirky way.
It reminds me of like an anime where it starts off just like really, really like crack fic, wild, fun time, and then it gets heavy. And you're like, oh shit, there's feelings involved here.
Just that one snap decision of like all the comedy drops away, and we're just stuck with this, like, not even cold, but just this honest truth of what we have to do and how we have to do it.
Yeah, I feel like there's been at least 2 really big school D&D or school fantasy things written. You know, you got Strixhaven and you got Strength of Thousands. And the thing that I always think is interesting is that while these are magic schools, they don't really deal with the reality of being an adventurer, right? And being an adventurer is basically being like the person who throws himself into sacrifice for money and magical items and some sense of world peace. It's a dangerous job. It's a very extreme, like high death toll lifestyle. There's not a lot of retired adventurers. That's why it's such a big deal when you're like, oh, Holy Fist is a retired adventurer. Yeah, it's probably because he got out while the getting was good. He got his money, he got his clout, he got his magical items, and he's like, I'm just going to retire to a mansion in Absalom and not throw myself into dragon maze every Tuesday.
And hey, shout out to him.
Yeah, absolutely. And now he's living the dream because you all got him a job. And that's something that I never expected, not just Holy Fist becoming a teacher, but literally everything. I had a very basic structure for how school is going to work, how the NPCs were going to behave, the general idea of each episode. And then as a GM, you have to step back and go, how are they going to surprise me today? What weird yes and are we going to come with together? Like Professor Morrow, whatever you want to call them, I had no end goal. I just had a danger, a threat to their lives. And it was literally up to us to figure out how that was going to how this is going to end. The fact that they are now the head of anatomy and medicine for the board, like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, that still blew my fucking mind.
Yeah, I take my answer back. That's the biggest plot twist of everything.
Like, I knew which Hell Knight was going to betray you and why. I knew which Hell Knight was going to be the evil one. And yeah, you called the Miss Frizzle, Kimmy Schmidt, right away. And I was like, I got to bury that lead immediately so that we can still have a season.
Don't be suspicious.
Yeah. I love it. Everyone was like, oh, I love her. I swear to God, PJ, if you make her the villain, I'm going to kill you. I'm like, you're going to.
I just went, no, she's so sus. She is so sus.
I am also so proud of her character build too, because she has all these really cool freaking powers, all based on math. And we'll go to that in a little bit later. But it's 9:42. The raffle should be ending, and I think we gotta take a break. I know I gotta pee like a racehorse, so we're gonna go take our 5-minute break. Sorry, that's how I talk when I gotta pee. So forgotten Cuttlefish, could you please put us on break, and we'll be back in 5 minutes.
We're heading to break in 3, 2, and 1.
Am I being a problem? Can you see? Oh, hey, what's popping, y'all? How's it going? I didn't see you there.
Hey. Oh, hey guys.
I wish I could say we didn't impromptu plan that. It was kind of a beautiful blessing of all 3, 4, 5, 6 people in this chat.
I wish I nailed the hi Mark a little better.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Mark.
God, I work with a guy named Mark, and every single time I see him, I go, oh, hi, Mark.
That poor man.
All right, so there's a lot of amazing questions that we are going to cut through, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to skip that because a lot of these are really great questions about like your characters and things like that. So I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hit the field trip question. Yes.
Really quickly, Aki's answer for the previous question because we forgot it. Because I really like Aki's answer of things that they went different than they thought they would. I thought Aurora was going to die before I did. I also thought I would have the worst dad figure. Also thought I would smooch Melee once, but you know what? I want him to smooch Aldwin more. Parentheses, not actually smooch unless Aldwin's okay with it. I just love these dude bros gays.
Yeah, I'll say that's something that definitely surprised me. I did not expect for a potential ship between you two.
I fucking love it.
No one did. That's what made it so good.
I think because I'm making going through the session, I've made Aldwin's ace. So they're like this whole thing. They're like focusing on doing like baking and learning and just trying to figure out who the hell they are first, honestly. But like they it's like Aldwin and Melee, they've literally episode 2 they met and we're also fighting as well.
Enemies to lovers. Enemies to friends to lovers.
I really like the growth and Melee and Aldwin. It's kind of good because they're both bros, but also are definitely just the friend ass friend. Aldwin bakes for everyone. Melee is there to be the hype person.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking cute.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I will say, I expected him to be, I'd say, a straight character, a heterosexual person. And then as the story just kept unwinding, I'm like, but does he have to be
This
though?
is a closeted gay man. This is a
Yeah.
this is a man so deep in the closet he's finding last year's wardrobe.
Yeah, he is absolutely finding Christmas presents from last year, opening them. And it's like, surprise, Maley, you're a bisexual. And he's just like, this is amazing. I don't know what to do with this yet. But let's take a look at some of the other questions we got, because it was really good to get Aki's. Absolutely. I think there's a really good question here. If you're taking another field trip, where would you each like to go, and what would you do there? And this was sent by, hey, look, it's Joanne.
I have,
Hey, look,
I have a
Joanne.
fun one.
So let's start with Yeffy.
Yeah, let's start with me. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
PJ, for noticing. Oh my God, here's my answer.
PJ
Okay, so I have two things. I feel like, but that's because I'm like obsessed with like carnivals that have turned creepy. So I feel like a creepy carnival would be really, really dope. Like a haunted kind of like situation. And the other one that I think would be really cool, but absolutely meta, would be if like our characters came into our world and have to like delegate without any magic, or like obviously we can't whip out a sword if like a police officer is rude to us. But I feel like having our chaotic group in our kind of like modern non-magical society would be really funny. I just like, what would they do at Disneyland? Who's to say? I feel like they would-
please send them to
Oh,
Man,
Disneyland.
please don't make me offer to peg Minnie Mouse.
I'm just going to say this. I have definitely had some thoughts about some very interesting AUs that you all could actually land into. Maybe that'd be one of them. We'll see what happens.
Can't wait to see the high school AU.
Yeah.
Right,
Real world,
okay.
the real world
Speaking of high
AU.
school, and throwback to our very first question, musical, High School Musical AU. I vote
Oh,
Greta
God.
is Troy Bolton.
Sold.
Oh God.
I can just say this now, like, we're all in class together when we
Side
cast
hero
all our
because
spells and
he's
we
somewhere
fell all
out
the
in the
bad guys
courtyard.
too.
That movie was filmed like 20 minutes away from my house.
It is weird.
Okay, so we got Fee's field trip, Aurora / Aubrey. I don't know why those two names always clash in my
I
brain.
mean,
It's
they're
the
both A
A's.
names. Yeah.
They're both A, yeah, and there's an R in both of them. So my brain's like,
And there's
yeah, you
also
got it,
you in
champ.
there.
Yeah, we
somewhere.
both have the same like initial sort of sounding. But yes, I was torn between many places, but I think we should go to Numeria, because it is the land of fallen stars, even though they aren't like related to like what Aurora is studying. But I think she'd be very fascinated to go to study, and then we can go run into some science fiction tech and androids and spaceships and laser pistols and lightsabers.
Yes.
It just suddenly becomes Starfinder.
Yeah, we have a Starfinder episode out of nowhere.
I'm sold.
Dusty, where'd you like to go? Where would Alden like to go for a field trip?
If it wasn't for the impending doom that would bring to going back to Geb, Geb would be going back to Grey because Alduin like loved it there. But also I think just like having a field trip back to like have everyone go to Andorand, which is like again where Abuelo is, and that's where like Abuelo grew up, like, and just Alduin get to like show them the thing and like show like everyone like super about like Milani there, birthplace of freedom and all that, and like there's a whole festival where like it's a holiday for Milani where everyone's like, okay, yeah, now we're going to like show everyone what you do when you want to start a revolution, and that's just like that's dope. Alduin has experience with that now, so
Yeah, literally everyone here has taken part in overthrowing a fascist invader. Makai, how about you?
Well, considering I don't know too much about Pathfinder and Pathfinder lore and places, I think Greta would really want to take people back to the whorehouse. Like,
I mean,
not for, I mean, hey, if y'all get down, you get down. Congratulations. My girls are real good. But, take them to go see mom. Take them to go see the place where, like, she spent summers and shit.
Yeah, like your birthplace, like where you grew up. Yeah. I've forgotten Cuttlefish. Oh yeah, sorry, Fee. So sorry.
What?
Oh no, so this is like an idea that I had, and that is I don't think this is ever actually in Pathfinder, because much like Makai, I know very little about Pathfinder. I know you could not tell from my general anything, and everything. But I had like this idea. So I really love the Floating Lanterns Festival that like happens usually in like Southeast Asia, especially in Thailand and stuff like that. But I think combining that with something really emotionally dramatic. So like the only way that the lanterns fly is if you put like your happiest memory in there or something, and like have that be like a cool character story kind of thing. And each one of our characters has to basically say what memory they want to give up. Something devastating, because we do love the angst in this house. I feel like that would be really dope.
Yeah.
We'll probably be in somewhere in Tian Xia.
I was thinking Minkai, maybe.
That's possible.
Yeah, what's up?
I mean, it could also be happening in Heroes back, like in Heroes Land. I'm assuming
Yeah.
that could fit there and there too. I don't know where he's from. PJ, you
Wait,
know.
where is he from?
He is from a tiny hidden village on the fringes of Minkai.
Naruto is the Hokage, and we.
Don't you mean Boruto?
Boruto.
Burrito?
Boruto is the
You take
son
that
of the
right back
Hokage
right
and
now.
Hero's best friend. Get your lore right. Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
sorry, Sasuke. Is
Sorry,
like,
is Boruto canon?
Boruto is canon. I mean, if
I
Naruto's
feel
canon,
like if any character from Naruto is canon, it should be Sasuke.
It
out of
should
the
be Rock
principle
Lee,
that we
are you
need
kidding
more
Sasuke is
me?
actually
Rock Lee took
Akane's
over.
ex.
absolutely.
Look, no, introduce Greta to Rock Lee, and she'd happily get her ass kicked. Let's do this.
Yo,
Well-
I'll win too.
Yeah, we might have to have that happen if there's ever an episode where you go to Heroes.
Oh my god! Imagine like
hometown.
an anime Wayward Arcadium, like just like crossover, and we just
Oh,
take the most
shit.
voted characters from animes and put them into our universe.
You
Hey,
choose your
hey,
character.
hey.
You choose who your character.
Hey, Dusty,
what
was
Aki's
Aki's answer?
We meet the real.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
yeah,
was
Aki-
What is
Aki's-
Aki's?
For this one, let's see. Field trip. So Aki would want to go to Chiliax and Last Wall.
You know, because there's nothing more educational than a destroyed city or an impressive one. So
I mean, I feel like we all have to probably go to Cheliax at some point because we'll probably be called to testify at some sort of trial.
Oh, I know. I was talking to Aki, and they were like, "Yeah, so for my summer vacation, I'm going to go to basically the UN and have this gigantic like court case for 3 months to just like prevent Chiliax and Absalom from going to war again." Forgotten Cuttlefish. I know you don't know much about Galarian.
I
think you've said that,
know
but-
absolutely nothing. But I thought it'd be like a cool idea if they had to go on a field trip to like a neighboring country to like Cheliax, and then because of plot reasons they end up just stuck in Cheliax for a bit. Or
yes.
what we could do Hot Springs episode.
This brings episode.
Oh
You
yeah,
know
Hot
what?
Springs- Hot Springs
You
episode,
know
yeah.
what?
For the first idea, we just end up in Ravenel, we end up in Kintargo, and then suddenly we're in Cheliax.
Yeah,
Yep.
there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. As for me, well, like, so the way I've designed this entire thing is that it's all a sandbox with a bunch of story threads. If you go to a class enough, if you go deep into a club enough, if you talk to an NPC enough, eventually you're just gonna stumble into their story thread, and whether or not you pull that thread's up to you. So really, there's field trips galore. There's field trips, there's stories, there's drama. It's all about which stories and drama and things that you speak to you and that you want to keep doing. So honestly, my field trip is wherever you want to go. That being said,
What if
I
we
think-
take a field trip into the mind of the DM and just make it super meta?
oh,
Ooh.
you're not gonna like that. Speaking of, you're not gonna like that. So someone in
like
the chat asked, where would Pimpleback like to go for a field trip? Well, I'm
Oh, yeah.
so glad you asked, Jibba Boyd, because I have here the man himself. This is Rizak Pimpleback. He's taking some time off from his underground fighting experience to come answer this question. So, Rizak Pimpleback, where would you like to go on a field trip? I would like to go to the yard. I would like to see if the milkshake is worth it. And if it is not worth it, I would like to, I don't know, beat your scrawny ass in the backyard. I will turn you into a redneck 4th of July. I will beat you like an uncle. It will be great. And then when we are done, I will write a song about it, and I will sing it to my pig wife. It'll be great.
Season 2,
Yeah.
Alden kicks his ass.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna beat your ass like a drum. I hope you know that, Frog.
Come at me, scrub. I am good for 3 rounds. Let's see what you got.
Oh, I'm gonna take your ass down in the fourth.
God.
I'm gonna take a monk dedication just for this.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm down.
Do it,
I'm
do
so
it, do
down.
it, do it. Did we want to answer the question about summer plans?
Oh, right.
Yes.
I'd actually that might be very important. Yes. Could you? I'm stuck in puppeteer mode. Let's answer questions about what we're doing over summer vacation. Yeah. So let's start with Aurora. I think we know, but let's get started. What are you doing over summer vacation?
Aurora's learning to craft things, be an inventor. With the person whose name I'm always very close to, and I can
Eden Einar.
Eden Einar.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to write that down. I think I did, but I don't. It's not in front of me. But that sort of learning, helping her, exploring Absalom. You know, she's probably gonna be sticking around there. All of that fun stuff. Just have a fun summer. She deserves it.
Yeah, absolutely. Funny story about her is that when I wrote down her name, it was supposed to be like the Norse god of like the golden apple. And I want to say I thought it was pronounced like Idun, and that's where we got Eden from. No, it's Idun or something. I totally got it wrong. But yeah, no, but Eden Einar, I like that better.
Yeah. I mean, I have ideas for what happens during the summer break, but like none of them are like fleshed out yet. So I will definitely, because I mean, I feel like we should start like the first episode with like just us, like all of our summer breaks, like what happened.
Yeah. Oh, there's definitely going to be like
A series of
a catch up.
flashbacks.
Yeah. A montage, everyone's specific montage. Let's go to Dusty for summer vacation stuff. I think there's a lot of interesting questions there too.
I mean, so Alwyn left this year a completely different person with so many questions, but they don't know if they want to bombard Abuela with it. And also like basically having a guest for all summer vacation with Mile. I don't know, I think Alwyn's just gonna like take the time to learn new recipes and like both alchemical and like actual cooking. Teach Mile how to cook. Probably learn to do like
delicious foods.
some like practice dancing, so when they get to the actual dancing class that Mile is teaching, they actually know what they're doing. And probably just like get to know Mile better. I mean, they're gonna be there, might as well just hang out with them. And like maybe Alwyn is having a crush. They don't know what crushes feel like, so who could say?
Okay. I'm super down in between seasons to figure that out for the montage. Makai / Greta, what is Greta doing on her summer vacation?
I think Greta is doing a lot of like really just pretty much what she did back at the back at the horror house, but at over in Glasswall, i.e. like keeping guard over people who need it, mostly running an infirmary, like a lot of triage work. So aka nothing like what she did back at the and I don't know why I said that. I completely forgot it's more like what she did out with her dad, but on a wider scale. But yeah, just a lot of first aid, a lot of like triage work, a lot of getting people back up, if not to fighting shape, to livable conditions to where they know they will at least see the next day.
Okay. That's very good. Now it comes down to Hiro. Hiro, what are you doing on your summer vacation?
Oh, I feel like I wanna do the anime thing and just say that he got hotter, but given that he is already pretty sexy, I don't think that is the correct way to go with. I know. I need to stroke his ego a little bit. Apparently, nobody else will stroke it.
You have 2 people who are stroke your ego.
I know, and they do it so well off screen and on screen.
Oh, trust us, we will stroke it as much as we can. Sweet, sweet boy.
I think, in all honesty, given how season 1 ended with like, people trying to ambush him, or like, Akane being like, hey, Daddy-o wants to talk with you, without like going into any spoiler territory there. I think especially after the talk that he had with talk is very loosely based on that fight that they had, but given what Sarnai's dad told Hiro about like forging your own path and like what are you fighting for and all of that, I do think that he will actively try to get more involved in his own heritage and lineage. And I think that will take a huge toll on him and his character, which I'm very excited for. I am excited to see Hiro actually like take the initiative that we have seen him take a couple of times. And I really want to dive more into that aspect of him. I think that could really give some growth. But I also do believe, and this is just a fun little headcanon that I had, I think he will try to like learn a very like mundane skill, like, I don't know, crocheting or fishing, and he will absolutely fail at it and he will not be good at it, but he will still proudly tell the story of how he almost caught a salmon.
Trust me, we can get that done.
That is my headcanon for Hiro.
Okay, I love it. I love that my notes just say Hiro is going to learn a mundane skill and fail. So hell yeah.
We love a failure king.
We
Yay.
love it. We love it.
Who else in chat can identify with somebody trying to really, really hard to gain skills and then just fail?
Yup. Let's see here. I'm trying to find. Okay. Here's Aki's answer. What is the party summer plans? Will they visit? Yeah, do their own thing. So I'm gonna try and do it in their vaguely English accent. I think we answered this last episode, but Sonai unfortunately has continental court trials to attend to. They will try to send letters to their partners and friends, though. So don't Harry Potter him, PJ. Mom will also get letter updates. So you heard it here. Sarnai is going to stop the secondary Cheliax Absalom war because God, the first one was terrible. Let's see. Now, Forgotten Cuttlefish, what would you like your character to be doing in their summer vacation?
Well, I did have ideas that Hiro could possibly come back with a twin sibling they didn't know that they had.
Possible.
They weren't twins.
I mean, if Hiro can't get any hotter, then why not just add 2 of them?
There you go. Look, if Hiro is already maximum just schmexy, then let's just put a second one right next to them.
Right there.
Oh, wait, hang on. No, we're just gonna panic.
Yeah, I believe the summer vacation question was asked by Maj. Am I saying that right? Yeah, she, her, Maj. Summer plans. You want to skip ahead to the last one at the bottom there? So that being said, the last one is sent to us by Melee Powers. So I'm wondering, Melee Powers asks, who would you 1v1 that you didn't get to this semester? Please, not me. I died twice already.
By trauma.
Anyone.
Yes.
I didn't get to fight. I got to fight that bugbear once. That was it.
That's right.
Yeah, I did. I was expecting. I don't know. I would have thought it would have been absolutely hilarious if
I kind of want to see Aurora 1v1 the disco goat in Enemies Alone.
That would be.
I wouldn't fight him because I love him.
What the?
But I was kind of hoping that like I don't know, I would cross paths with Melee and then he'd be like, "We are destined to fight," and she'd be like, "Okay."
See, that's the thing. It's so hard to find someone to fight you because you're so like innocent and small. Like, who am I gonna send after?
You fought in after Pimpleback. You fought someone and didn't we strike them enough that you just like made them fail into eternity?
Yeah, pretty much. Like you all did more work than I did for that.
I remember, that's right. Yeah, that was when you all went to town to have fun and like drink and have a good time and decompress, and you went to the underground fighting club.
Yes.
And Aurora made that guy crap his actual pants, right?
I didn't do that. It was everybody else. Yeah, like I was like, okay, I guess I'll put you out of your misery. Magic missile. 3-action magic missile.
Meanwhile, all that's on the
3
table
hits.
just
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Aurora. Would you like to do a one-on-one duel against Beatrice?
Sure.
I don't know, season 2.
Or anybody, like, I don't know, or is less small and less soft now. Maybe someone will fight her.
I mean, he spent an entire summer with Eden Einhar, and she is not a small, soft woman. She's probably like, let's toughen you up.
What were you gonna say there? You're gonna bump what?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. Fee, yes, Fee.
Can we also say who we want to see 1v1? Because I would give anything to see our divination professor go 1-to-1 with our bone professor.
Oh god, that's a good one too.
Are you kidding me? A
But
fight
you have
against
forgotten
like
the
a
past.
divination versus necromancy, I would give anything to see that happen. I would be like, I want to know, will he Sherlock Holmes it? Would he like just be like, oh my god, I know exactly whatever move you're gonna make, and Mara was just like, huh, I'm bones. I just want to know.
I'm quite literally skeleton.
Yeah, it's like, what's the battle plan? I'm literally just winging it.
Well,
And then
think about it, right? You could see the future, but Morrow is the living past. So
oh, I love that past versus
you are
future.
seeing what I'm putting down, Makai. Exactly.
I see you, I feel you, you're in my heart, you're in my mind, you're in my soul.
Oh, I thought it was going to end with I'm in your pants, and I would have been like, yeah, that's also accurate.
Yes.
So what time are you free tomorrow?
Save it for
Depends.
the decomp.
I don't know
you two.
how quickly I can get to Vegas, my guy, but we'll figure it out.
I mean, it's jump at the car. Let's see how fast.
Yep.
I don't
4
have a
hours
car.
down.
I would have to
that's
be
4 hours out.
walking,
Oh,
and
yeah.
all of my boots are unfortunately not made for walking. They're
Not
on
what they're
stepping
built
on
for.
only basis.
Darn stepping on.
That's why you get the Nikes.
That's exactly. Okay, speaking of Dusty, who would you like to 1v1, or who'd you like to see 1v1?
I don't think Owen got to do it properly. They want the 1v1 joust store.
Joustor. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I was like, this is robot made for fighting. Perfect. I could train against this. Well, I guess they're made for jousting, which is fighting adjacent.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That or either like in like a sparring kind of way, either Parrish or Lanny. Since Alderman always sees them hang out, and they know they could keep up with Greta. So that means they're like good for fighting.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, that'll be definitely interesting for season 2. Greta, how about you? Who'd you want to 1v1?
So weirdly enough, I know the question asked us not to, but I did for the longest time want a piece of Melee. But he's cool now. He doesn't need to get his shit smacked in.
I don't know.
So-
Maybe I take fighting lessons from Melee.
Ooh.
You know, my crappy rolls aside, he's a very good fighter.
Yeah.
Very good at what he
He's a
does.
I don't know,
very
I'm like,
good fighter.
Maybe I do that.
But no, if who I do want to see, since Melee is cool now, who is that dwarven girl with like the gauntlets? Was that
What?
Eden or was that someone else? Eden's.
No, that's
yeah.
a different. Hold on, that was in your very first.
Because I don't
Field.
think Eden is.
Oh yeah, that was in the field assignment.
Yeah, field
The
assignment, yeah,
People
'cause
with
Yes.
Yeah.
Gwendol
that was
and
like-
Pickles.
Gwendol and Pickles.
it was
They're like,
Gwendol,
it
oh,
was
come
one of the
on.
few. It was one of the few
It's like
times
one.
A, Greta has gotten to speak Dwarvish, and B, you guys have heard her Dwarven accent. Because surprise,
Mhm.
I don't know if you all noticed, each language has its own accent.
Also, did this already happen? Did Aurora's dad and Sarnai's dad 1v1? Because that's also something that I want to see. I want to see
I
the
would
battle of the
actually like to
daddies.
see that.
Good. Wait,
Yeah.
wait.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Because I think maybe he's the
Battle of the
only
daddies.
person who could, because Aurora's dad very powerful. Sarnai's dad very powerful. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's that?
Remind me of the
Asshole.
name of your father again. What was it? I know it's Doyle, but what was the first name again? I forgot. Cresswell.
Crestwell.
Crestwell.
Can't we
that's
just
right.
call him Jude Law?
Jude Law Doyle.
Who's Law Doyle?
Oh, wait, actually, going back while PJ is looking through his notes, I will add to my summer plans. I kind of want Hero also. I don't know if this will ever come back into play. I kind of want Hero to low key, high key be in search of more musical ghosts.
Yes.
I don't
think
know
that's
how
what you
to
should all be doing.
non-spoilery say this, but I really want him to, like, I don't know, find Madame I don't know,
Queen
Whitney from
Beyonce.
Houston, and just have her together with Jason Derulo and his guitar. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I feel
I'm
like
still waiting.
he should collect them. Maybe he will find Bieber, Justin Bieber.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. Since I first made that promise in season 1, I've been doing all the pre-planning. But like season 1 is one of those things where, like, yeah, we have all this potential, and then all of a sudden, oh God, no, we are stuck into a very, very tight schedule. Holy crap! So I've been thinking about season 2 hiding more bard spirits for your guitar to absorb, and then what benefits that spirit could give your guitar. I've been playing,
Bonus?
and also somewhere out there along the seas, Mr. Worldwide waits you.
Oh God, my heart
gonna
dropped
fight him.
into my
I'm gonna
little
beg him.
pants. But I was also saying
Sure.
that PJ, if you want to earn extra brownie points, especially with Cuttlefish and I, but also probably Aki and everybody else, if you just want to put
My Lord,
some
take him.
Please.
idols on that sea, so I can malfunction a
Please.
little bit more, that would be so great.
So I'm a little dumb. Do you mean like idols, like the J-pop like band
As
groups, or do you
in,
mean like
like-
BTS?
I have
no, not
mentioned
necessarily
things
BTS, because I
about-
feel
No,
like
we're-
BTS
it's
will
just
attract a lot
BTS.
of people that we don't want.
Yeah.
And I say
Too
this
late.
with all of the love that I have for BTS fans, but I just don't think so. But if we want to go for like maybe Monsta X or Stray Kids, and if we want to especially do Han, that would be great. Oh my God. Hi.
Forgotten Cuttlefish. What was that? I want to get your input too. I know.
I did mention a while ago of possibly running into the 7 Lords of Bangtan, but
7. How do you spell
Stop
that?
it. Cuttlefish.
Bangtan is Bangtan, because BTS's full name when they debuted was Bangtan Sonyeonda, I think.
Okay.
Oh, thought
So I
it
thought
just
it's
said
right
for
there.
behind the scenes.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
now
I-
it kind of moves
Hey.
beyond the scene, but
So the 7 Lords of Bangtan. Got it.
Stop it.
And maybe some other idols. As you said, Monsta
Stop it. I
X.
might Hero
Abandoned
might have
children.
to cheat on both Greta
Yes.
and Star and I if that were to happen.
Yes,
Oh my God.
Greta's favorite assassin, all-female assassin group, the Velveteen Reds.
ooh, stop.
So-
When are we gonna meet the spicy misses?
The Spicy Misses. Is that the Spice Girls?
Yep.
Well, now you're meeting them. You're meeting them like episode 1 now, motherfucker. That's
Let's
way
go.
too good.
Honestly,
way too
this
good.
should get its own campaign.
We talked about this too. What about the back alleyway boys?
The Back Highway Boys. Well, that's gonna happen. That's gonna
Yes.
happen. Also, quick side detraction. So there's actually, so I can find it, a Spice Girls tabletop role playing game.
There is. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's called Spice Punk, and it's
God, yes.
literally a 4-page core rule book. No, it's 3-page core rule book.
Oh,
I have it on my
yes.
phone. Basically, you figure out what Spice Girl you are. You name your spice. You give yourself like a crazy gimmick, a silly item, all this kind of stuff. You invent your spice bus, your double-decker spice bus that goes on tours. You even have like the "Hi, my name is." This is where like that's your character sheet. That's it. There's the "Hi, my name is" sticker, and you go on adventures saving the world in 1999 UK pop America,
Sold.
the
I'm
world.
sold.
I'm
When
here
we
for
go
it.
up against the boys of Venga
Yes.
because they're bus.
Also, Joanne's posted in the chat of what about Florence's mechanism?
Lawrence's mechanism. Oh my God. There's too many. There's too many amazing ones.
So good.
I mean, hey, I'm spending a summer with an inventor.
It is Eden's prayer
Ooh.
group, probably.
Let's see here. I call him Bad Dad Doyle, Hero's final boss. So to answer your question, I want to call you Greta. Makai, the dwarven girl with like the gauntlets, their name is Torinar Iron Arm, and they are a fighter wrestler.
Oronar Iron Arm and Eden Ironheart. Man, that's a lot of names, PJ.
Yeah, no,
That's a lot of-
I'm kicking myself very hard for Torinor Ironarm and Eden Einar. Like, there's too dumb. This was dumb. Too many R's.
Hard.
Yeah. Murny.
Oh God, Greta's gonna have a horrible time talking about these two.
So how's it hanging out with Tornor Ironarm? I don't know. How's it with Eden Einar? I don't know.
I mean, you were hanging out with Aiden. Aiden, not you were hanging out with Aiden.
Aiden. Just take a quick detraction. Everyone in the chat, I think you probably already saw it when we went on break, but the winner of the raffle is Pangu-chan. Pangu-chan, thank you so much. So make the official announcement. Thank you so much for joining in, and we love you. It's great to see you. We're so glad you can win. I know this was a happy and great surprise, so we're glad we can make this night a little better for you. So yeah, I think let's get Aki's answer to that question. 1v1. Did we already say that again?
No, okay. Aki's answer is like melee again, because it's me. Sarne and I finally got stuff to make me punch better. Or Quentin Celis, because I want to see what happens.
Oh yeah,
Not gonna lie, I would
Pimpleback was
love
my
to see what
second
happens.
question.
Pimpleback? You want to fight Pimpleback?
Yes, of course I want to fight Pimpleback.
I also want to fight people back.
Maybe I'll just do. Okay. Then we're gonna have to have
There's
like
also-
a tournament
was-
against Pimpleback.
I have a
100%.
question for the not the audience, for us players, but I guess especially for all of you. If you would have to fight your Wayward Arcadium character, given just the way that they like are built, not like they're obviously not their powers because we don't have them, would you win?
No,
Probably.
look who I play.
Aurora is too soft.
No.
Look, I do some minor SCA combat outside of like my LARP, and like I know my way around a sword, I know my way around a shield. Greta has been doing this before she could lace up her own boots. I'm not. No.
Look,
But also, Mikai, wouldn't you like just kind of enjoy it if Greta was
Yes.
kicking your ass?
100% I would, but that's not the point.
you
Yes,
said
if
we
I would win, not if I
Yeah.
would enjoy it.
That is true. That is not the question that I asked.
Aldwin is they're tiny but strong.
Yeah.
Like, and also they're very much in the philosophy of do no harm but take no shit. So they'll definitely like fuck you up if like you want to fight them. They'll just pick me up and yeet me like a city over.
Yeah, I don't even think I'd actually get to fighting Aurora. It would just be like, come here, you need a hug more than a punch.
Child, you need a father figure. Come here. I'm gonna introduce you to this one over here. Let's go. Oh my
Me and Greta
God.
would definitely throw hands, but only because surprised and based on Greta's obsession with wanting to fight people, but not in a malevolent way, off of something familiar.
I would want to fight. Who would I
Marrow.
want to fight? What's that?
Marrow.
Did you say harem?
I said Marrow, but
Marrow.
hey,
Oh, Marrow.
Well,
You
since
do
you
okay.
said that Lannister is somewhat like also like you, would you be able to win in a fight against Lannis?
I don't know. So here's the thing about Lannis. I don't know. I know we touched on it very briefly towards the end of season 1. There was an open like trial invitational at one point to see like how they would fast track certain kids into certain programs and just all that kind of stuff. They were literally put through a trial of combat for seniority. And this is all in the backstory of Greta, right? Mikai came to me and this was their idea, that Lannis was a character who was in this trial day, and they saw Greta behaving in such a manner that gave them hope for something, and then purposely sabotaged their chances at becoming a fast track like senior student, so that Greta could get a better position in school because they believed in them. I think, yeah, what was that?
Oh, I was just gonna say, if anyone had ever asked her, Greta initially was not supposed to go to Wayward, like was not supposed to go to the school. She missed the deadline. She was not like on track to come this year. She just fucked up. But then she got the letter of like, hey, you're in, and she always wondered why, not fully realizing it was landing.
Yeah. And so, like I said, we don't need to touch on it too much, but that was all Lannis is doing. I think Lannis is probably one of the best fighters in the school, but he is such a Sisyphean character that I don't think he would ever really like succeed in life. Would I want to fight him? No, I think he'd kick my ass. But do I think I do better than him in life? Long game.
Yep.
I love it, but it's also so sad.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so bad because I'm probably gonna punish this poor boy for like the next couple of seasons.
He's to become a Hell Knight.
My goal is just to keep him alive. That's all I can hope for at this point.
Oh man. Well, that being said, we have a few minutes until it's the end of this amazing Q&A. I know we covered a lot of the questions, some we didn't cover, but I mean, hell, we'll probably still be here to chat and do stuff. Is there any other questions the players have for me or for each other or anything else? Or is there any questions that Scoots has? Like, what's up?
Oh.
I have no questions. I'm just here to vibe.
I do have a question.
What's that?
And that is, it is actually for Aurora, for Aubrey. And my question is how, gosh, I don't even know how do you, because Aurora went like through a lot of like also like emotional trauma. I guess this is more like a player based question rather than like a character question, but Aurora went through a lot of things. How do you emotionally like deal with that? Because, you know, I don't know, whenever something like really tragic happened to Hero, I as a player, obviously, not that I took it personally, I was never like angry at PJ for it, but like, you know, I just felt for my character. So I don't know, like as a player and a character player who has seen Aurora go through like so many struggles, how do you like deal with it emotionally? I don't know if that's like too deep of a question, but like I was just curious.
I mean, no, it is definitely not. And it's definitely like, you know, there are times where like it does like affect me and like I just have to like take a step back and breathe and then just sort of like develop that disconnect of I'm playing a character, I'm not playing myself. I have a lot of theater background. I did a lot of theater through all of my teenage years up until you know, my early 20s. And I think that really helped because it's just sort of being able to get into a character's head and be like, okay, this is what they think rather than this is what I think. And sort of developing that sort of disconnection. And I mean, still character bleed happens and it's always also like the wind down is, I always think is very especially good post game because it's like it's time where everybody can like get out of character, sit there with each other, talk and just vibe for a little bit. And I mean, yeah, there are definitely times where it's like I have to process this later because I have to go to sleep and go to work in the next morning, and then it's just, you know, and then I've blown up PJ's DMs a lot just talking about things and you know, anytime I'm just like, hey, this idea. And yeah.
Which, by the way, I know that sometimes they don't like write back because sometimes you give me this really great idea and I love it and I don't have anything other to say other than like, this is awesome. But I always love and appreciate when you do that. You're like, hey, here's a song that's like the vibe I'm going through right now with this character. I'm like, yes, I love that. I don't know how to mobilize that, but I freaking appreciate it. I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, and I play around a lot with music, especially I build character playlists, and like I will like, especially like when I'm getting into character, I will start listening to the playlist. And it's like even sometimes where I'm like doing character work, I'll listen to the playlist, or sometimes like when I'm winding down, I will also listen to the playlist as sort of a way to like step out of character.
Interesting. Okay, actually, that is a really cool segue question to the rest of the group. What is the one song right now that you associate most with your character? And for PJ, it would be one of your like NPCs. I always go to Gwendol because I just think he's amazing, but you can choose any of your amazing NPCs.
I want to hear some other people's answers before I answer.
Let me pull up some playlists. I actually haven't made, I like making playlists for characters as well. I haven't made one for Aldwin just because like, I don't know, they're not as music focused or like vibes with as much music as some of
Well,
my
okay.
other
Well, for
characters.
Aldwin, especially then, if you don't want to do music, do you want to like say a specific dish that like represents
Ooh.
Aldwin like the best?
I could do both. I could do both.
Okay.
It's just if someone else wants to go.
Well, the only other person is Greta or like PJ.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll ask this, Makai, what song do you like to listen to get into like Greta headspace? Or like what's like Greta's theme, jam, etc.?
It's for me, Greta isn't necessarily something I listen to music to get into the headspace in. For me, Greta is just my excitement to be playing with my friends on Mondays. Because like for me, Monday is my Friday. Like my last day of work is Sunday. So for me, Monday is just like the day I get to see my girlfriend. It's date night. It's like me getting to see all of my hot friends and do some cool SRP and kill demons. And then we just get to fucking go. And I'm just like, yes, let's fucking do this. And then the camera starts rolling and I black out for about 3 hours. And then I come back and I'm like, oh shit, what did we just do?
You're not glad that's part of it. You wake up like, I did a 3-hour show. What did I say? Oh my God.
Yeah,
No,
there's
for the
sometimes
tech,
where,
I hear that's a thing I've been doing.
where I'm glad I edit because then I'm like, what did I say? I know what I say because I edit it.
Like, thank God it's all up here because like half the time as a GM, I feel like the best advice any GM can give is like, get your voice, prepare, and then yes and to the point where it's like mostly dissociation. Like you wake up and like, I ran a game. How did it go? I don't remember.
What
Everyone's
happened?
happy?
What did we
Awesome.
do?
Cool.
And for me, the song that is Aurora right now is by Lights. It's a song called Tabs off of her acoustic Skin and Earth album. And it is all sort of, you know, you're on your own for the first time and you just being like, okay, like the line that like really makes me think about it is nobody's keeping tabs on us, baby, don't hold back, let's do it up like that, keep on doing this, nobody's keeping tabs on us.
I use
Nice.
lights for so many of my OC playlists. It's not
So
even
good.
funny.
Yeah, I mean, I got Lights tattoo right there.
Yes.
I've seen her in
That's very-
concert 4 times and I have 4 of her albums on vinyl.
That's amazing.
That's
That
super
is
fair.
She
I
is
love her
my
so
funny.
much.
she's my favorite artist.
I'll have to give her a listen.
So the dish thing for Aldwin, I think they're just like a good bowl of soup. Like I feel them like
Nice
as
hearty bowl of stew.
yeah, like something that is cozy and will keep you warm. But also like the thing that's going to my head is specifically, and this may be a weird nudge, but like birria de res, which is like this it's basically this Mexican taco, and birria is this shredded meat stewed in this deep, rich broth that if you eat too much will definitely give you heartburn for days.
I can imagine.
But it's also just like it's great for breakfast, good for hangovers, and just a hearty meal that will get you through the day. And I think it's because it's like you can have that soup, but it's very common as tacos as well. If you go to like a legit place that has it, you'll get tacos and they'll give you a little cup of the broth, so you can like pour it over or like dip it in it.
Nice.
Yeah. But as far as song, I was thinking about it, and there's this artist I listen to, Toby Lou. They have a song called Hot Tub Dream Machine. That the vibes are good. They're sad but good. It's basically like if they had a hot tub dream machine, they go back and fix everything and stuff like that. Toby Lou's also just like very good
I
vibes.
dig it.
I also have one more finishing question
Wait.
to the group if we're done answering this question.
But what
As,
about
like,
Hero?
What's
Oh.
Hero's song?
This is a big
Hero
Mhm.
song? God, y'all want to know Hero? It's S&M from React. No, just kidding.
She's seen them weekend.
No. No. I have a playlist. and I used to have a playlist. Apparently, it's gone now. Where's my playlist? Oh, haha! Spotify actually has a tab called playlist that I like completely ignored.
There you go.
I do apologize. I need to look for my special playlist. Give me a
Oh, no,
second.
you're
I
fine.
did not
You're
prepare
good.
this. I
While
don't know
you're
why I didn't prepare
looking-
this. Somebody do something
No.
funny while I look.
While you because I did think of a song for Greta. I think it would be one that really does give me a good Greta vibe is "Follow You" by Imagine Dragons. Because surprise, Imagine Dragons is just Nickelback for people who make D&D characters. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not
pretty much.
wrong.
You're not wrong.
But no, 100%. That song just has a really good vibe, and the lyrics are vague enough, but lovely enough. And the drum just fucking kicks and makes me want to punch someone. So it's a good vibe.
I will say that about a lot of Imagine Dragons. They're like, at least, the songs are good vibes. You know, I don't listen to them very often, but you know, when they come on, I'm like, yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Like, I think everyone kind of forgets about the amazing hit that was Friction, which was the theme song to
100%.
Mission Impossible 5, I think. Like, the thing fucking slapped. And the Arcane theme song is so fucking good, but we should never forget Friction. Friction.
Banger.
Yeah,
Friction is boss.
Down with the friction.
Down with the friction.
Don't you need them?
Yes.
Okay, I have found my song, and it is "Death of a Bachelor" by Panic at the Disco.
Oh,
That
that's
is
so
very
good.
That's a good one.
Oh, that's,
That's
so
so
good.
That is very
I
good one.
listened to that song
That's
5
so
times
perfect.
today
Yeah.
alone.
Right?
Frank,
I feel
it's
like
time
I'm just
for
like, that's
sixth.
Hero. That's just him. Okay, now my last goodbye. My microphone went also goodbye, but my last goodbye question before we all have to leave. If your character could be in any game / anime, which one would it be?
Fate. Are you kidding me? I would have Greta be a heroic spirit.
Ooh, that's a good
Great.
one.
Cooking Mama.
Yes.
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 Mm.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh god, Aurora would fit so well into Ancient Magus's bride.
Ooh,
True.
oh, she would.
True.
What about Hiro?
Danganronpa.
Well, I was about to say, Peter, what about one of your NPCs?
Look, there's so many. You're gonna have to be very specific as to which one you want to know.
Okay, let's do a teacher and a student. Who do you guys want to see? I don't want to just dictate that by myself. Who do you guys
Lannis
want
would
to
be
know
a
about?
character in Danganronpa 2 specifically.
Do you mean the one who's all like very much about like doing what is right, even when it's like asinine? The one like in the school uniform with the crazy eyebrows?
Yes, but he's in Danganronpa 1, and I can see the correlation.
Yes. Okay. I was gonna say not an influencing factor, but thinking back on it, like, oh, I can see a similarity. Yeah.
For teacher, because it's like Marrow, like Marrow, like I don't know where they would fit, but
Marrow would be in High School of the Dead.
yeah.
No, wait, what?
No, I could totally see Maro in Soul Eater.
Yeah,
That's the
Soul
one.
Eater.
Oh,
He is a very Soul
100%.
Eater character. That's
Morrow
true.
is just Zed, but instead of being about manliness, he's about being non-binary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or Sid, that's his name.
Yes.
And like Melee for a student, like what would Melee be? What would Melee be in?
I mean, they'd be a fucking Power Ranger.
He really would. Yeah.
Wait, hang on.
Right.
No,
He
He'd be the
Melee would
Sentai
be-
for sure.
Yeah,
No,
he would
Melee
want
would
to be the
be-
Red Ranger, but he
Melee
would be like
a JoJo's character. Melee would be a JoJo's character, but he'd be a side character. He'd be like Smokey. He'd be he'd be Speedwagon. He'd be the character that says exactly what's going on, just so that everyone else could get a clear picture.
oh god, no. If Melee was a Power Ranger, he'd be like that one that comes in like halfway through the season.
Oh yeah, like
Through the
the
season
sixth
cause
Power
problems.
Ranger. Yeah, yeah.
And then they're just
Like-
like, oh, you're actually part of the gang now.
He was like, I don't know, Tommy Oliver if he wasn't like a jerk to start off with.
Yo. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
so Trish.
Tommy Oliver or like one of them. It's just we need another Ranger.
A six.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me.
So
He
okay,
will be.
I feel like now this is just because like this is the weird kick that I've been on for a month. I feel like Melee's soundtrack would be anything by Electric Callboy. If you know who Electric Callboy is, then you know when I say we got the moves or pump it, that is kind of Melee's.
Hypa.
Yeah, hypa. Yes.
Yes.
That is his brand. He's like, listen,
Yeah.
I'm struggling with this amazing dance beat in my life, so I'm gonna overcompensate with like metal screams over top.
Yeah. It's
What is this? What?
Look up Electric Callboy. We got the moves.
it.
Spaceman, Pump It is great, and Hypa is classic.
All right,
And
I'm gonna do it.
And for Lannis, I'm going to say this because I think it's totally kind of him. There is this. It's a song called "Last Stand," I think. Hold on, let me see if it's the one I'm thinking of. No, the way. Hold on. No, I remember now. It's called oh god, is it With Final Breath. I'm gonna find this fucking song. I guarantee you that much.
Okay. While PJ's looking, I will say what hero will be in. I think I would honestly go for. Okay, so either I would do, if we're doing anime, I would probably do Shield Hero.
Okay.
I think he would fit very well in there. I think he would fit very good in an isekai. If we're not doing anime, I think he would fit very well in any of the Final Fantasies, but I feel like especially probably 9 or 15. 15 mainly because it's like a buddy road trip pretty much premise. And if we're talking another game, I think he would also be very good in Genshin Impact.
Oh
Very
hell
true.
yeah!
Oh yeah.
I feel like we would all be.
I know
good in,
nothing
like,
about
a big
Genshin
hack and
Impact.
slash.
But I know Hero would be good.
Yeah.
I feel like if we were in a gacha game, I feel like we would all be 5 stars characters. I'm just saying. I feel like people would spend a lot of money of getting like a.
Oh, for sure. I could see
Yes.
like Hiro would be like a controller, and Aurora would be a support, and Aldwin would be a fighter type, and Greta would be a defender type with a lot of buff supports, and Sarnai would be another fighter type for sure.
I feel like Aurora would be that character where people are just like kind of underestimating how like strong she is because she has just the best outfits that you can like acquire for her.
The cutest outfit, but
Like,
also
really cute.
another
People would just be
5-star
like,
that would deal.
Yeah, I feel like,
With
and then
Pebble?
also like her dresses would be like giving her like different stats, and she would have like moving
Hell yeah.
constellations like on her dresses, and it would be like really, really beautiful. And Aldwin would be like Breath of the Wild like style Zelda of just like cooking the most amazing meals and like
just,
giving
just
like
running around in his shorts.
100%.
Yeah.
All the way just shorting it up.
Well, in the artwork,
Arcane.
he's wearing like khaki board shorts and like flip flops, so you're not wrong.
Yep.
I
Always not even
also-
wearing shoes.
Also,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't.
crazy.
Aki is not here to defend Sarnai on this, but I feel like it's correct. I feel like Sarnai would be the villain that you would like, you want to hate, but you can't because he's
And then
so
it becomes a
charismatic.
party character halfway through
Oh,
the game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Every
You know,
time
you're
I
just like, oh my
see
god,
you,
you're the big bad, and then he has like, but I need to like fight with you guys now, and you're like, oh no, you're sexy and on my team, and then you like have a low key like a moral dilemma.
Mhm.
No, look, the first time Aki sent us pictures of like proto Saranai, or even like the first draft of Saranai, the first thing I thought of was Magus from Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I was here for it.
that's a good one. Oh no, you're right. Oh,
When am I ever wrong?
So two things.
that is
One,
very true. When are you ever wrong? Also,
yeah.
this is very unrelated, but
Mhm.
Aldwin gives me Studio Ghibli vibes,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
We all have our own like
wholesome and
Yeah.
mystical.
genre vibe.
right? I feel like I would watch like an entire like hour of just like Aldwin as a Studio Ghibli character just making food. I would just be like, this is the only
Yeah.
self-care that I need in my life.
Yeah,
So
honestly,
amazing.
just no music, no sound, just the sounds of him.
Just ASMR
Chopping.
anime cooking.
It's good.
Yes.
It's a vibe.
So really fast, two things because we have to. Our time's almost up. Found the name of the song. It's called "Last Dying Breath," off the album "The Last Stand." That's definitely Lannis's song. Melee, where to go, whatever that. I think Marrow would be anything from Danny Elfman, like anything
Yeah.
at all from Oingo Boingo, solid. And last but not least, there was a request in the chat to just read off all the names of the people that chimed in. So I want to go over just a quick read through. We have Emmy, then Joanne, and then also Joanne, and then still Joanne, then Gwendol. And then once again, it's Joanne. And then, hey, look, it's Joanne. And then it's a girl, Joanne, followed by, you thought it was another chat member, but it was me, Joanne. And then after that, we have a new person. Once upon a time, it's Joanne. And then after that, we have, alas, poor Joanne. I knew her. Followed by Maj. And then we have a new one. I, Joanne, have returned to ask more questions.
She's back.
She is. In fact, the next one was Joanne's back again.
Oh my God.
And then after that is when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. That's Joanne. Which, you get a hero point, Joanne. That's friggin' incredible. A long time ago in the Joanne far, far away.
As a canon star where I approve.
Yeah. After that, we have a beekeeper, Joanne.
In parentheses.
Yeah, in parentheses, Joanne. And then we have somehow it's still Joanne after that. And then in all caps, I thought of more questions. Parentheses. Oh, right, it's Joanne. And then after that, then the second to last person is named. I watched Muppet Treasures Island, and this is where this question comes from. Parentheses, Joanne. And then lastly, we have Melee Powers.
Who I believe is Aki, confirmed.
I would say that like the best question, honestly, and I know this comes as a surprise, but it may be from Joanne.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is some steep competition between Joanne.
I know. It was a really tough one. It was between Joanne, and I honestly think out of nowhere, Joanne really, hit it out of the park. Joanne really was so unique. And then, but then again, you have to consider Joanne, who really just,
you know what, Beekeeper Joanne really
made us all think a little.
Yeah.
I personally, as soon as the stream is done, am going to recreate Aku's famous monologue, but just replace it with Joanne.
My evil is Joanne.
A long time ago, a wandering Joanne attacked me with a magical sword.
The evil shape-shifting master of Joanne.
Absolutely. Well, it's a little past our ending time. Is there anything else anyone wants to say or think or ask or do before we call it a night?
I didn't intend to create a Disney princess, but I apparently have. So,
best Disney princess ever.
Yeah,
I think I said PJ at one point. I was like, raised in a tower, questionable animal friends.
I have a quick question for everyone.
Yeah, evil parents. I have all three.
I've got a quick question. Quick question for everybody. What's something you're looking forward to, not involving your character?
Ooh, so much.
I am looking forward to whatever our school story is going to be for season 2. Like, how is this fallout from season 1? All of this Hell Knight stuff.
How's it going to get resolved?
What's it going to happen?
I'm so super interested in what's going on with Hiro and Akane.
Yeah, that too.
That whole
it's like Akane's father, just like Ra's al Ghul.
Right? What? I'm excited to see what Hiro does, not just with this whole. Well, for one, I'm just saying see more about Hiro because they think I might have forgotten. I do still remember some of the things I caught Hiro doing, and Greta's just a nice enough person to be like, we're gonna ignore that for now. But on top of that, I also want to see what more of these ghosts do because they're just kind of dumb and it's cool. I want more of them.
Absolutely. I am looking forward to more Cooney Marmor morning announcements for one.
Yes.
And I also want to know what the fuck happened with the shimmery boat shit at the end of the last episode.
Oh yeah.
Gosh.
Did I get sucked into the past? Am I about to start popping up in Alden's past now?
Right. No, right. Yeah, there's the person on the boat. Ah.
I will say this. I probably can't go into too much detail with all of you, but Fee, we have to have a very fun and long talk over drinks about what you're doing in your summer vacation, because there is a very big choice being put in your lap off camera, and whether you take it or not is going to determine everything about your safety.
Spice.
I love the really, really important questions that you ask me off camera. Oh my God, PJ.
That's how good GMs do. Okay. That being said, okay, so I think we talked about that. Anyone else have any other questions, comments, things to say before we say good night and goodbye from season 1?
Is the burden of being awesome weighing you guys down, or is it just something that you like handle on a day-to-day kind of basis?
Nah, much like my fat titty and dump truck ass, I carry it with pride.
Oh, actually, I have a serious question. If you, as your character, could say one thing to our viewers as like a goodbye until season 2, what would it be in character?
Wait, so you guys actively heard me offer to pick several people and you still listened? Fucking ripper, let's go. I'll see you guys next season.
I love that.
Well, I really hope y'all like to dance next season. So we'll see you then.
Trying to think. It may seem like a long time, but we'll be back before you know it.
Surprise, bitches.
Surprise, motherfucker.
So here for Forgotten Cuttlefish NPC. Let's go.
Yes.
Even a freaking PC. If you can do both, freaking here for it.
Do it.
I can certainly try. Also, Joanne says in the chat that she's looking forward to more Forgotten Cuttlefish. So yes.
Joanne has said it. It must
Joanne
be
has
so.
said it must be done.
Joanne has
Gotta do it.
spoken.
The Joanne
Done.
has spoken.
So what about Hero? What would Hero say goodbye from season 1 for season 2?
Oh, I don't know, man. Like, remember, self-care means pleasuring yourself and others. So always use a pillow. Don't forget to stretch, hydrate, and stay horny until I can take care of all of you.
I love that. Goodbye and stay horny, fuckers. Okay. So
Stay horny, my friends.
So what NPC would you like to hear a goodbye from?
I kind of, my sadistic side
Wendell.
was just like, I really want to have Aurora's dad just degrade us all. But given that this is probably the last words that we will hear from PJ for a while, I feel like...
No, PJ, save that for your OnlyFans.
I got it. Hey, Scoots, could you please play the morning announcement music?
Yes.
Good night, you fucking legend, you! And as we come to a close, it's me, the voice of choice, Cooney Marmer, taking you from level 10 all the way to an 11. And let me be the first to say, I was here on the very first day to the last day. I saw you rise, I saw you crumble, and I saw you build up an empire, the likes of which, hey, it's going in the books. I know you, I love you, I've been seeing you, and I cannot wait to see you for season fucking 2. And before we go, like I always say, what I need you to know, what I need us to feel, is that we are a community, and we cannot have a community without you and I in it. Why? Because teamwork makes the dream work, baby, you beautiful sons of bitches, and I will see all of you epic legends here for season 2. Until then, you've been amazing, you've been heroic, you've been downright inspiring, giving me the courage I need. So until then, this is Cooney Marmer from season 1. OUT out.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my God, that was so much better than I ever thought it could be. Thank you so much.
Well, with that, as always, like I said, community, we cannot have a community without you and I in it. And so we are going to end here tonight. Let's just have everyone do a quick goodbye and tell them where they can find you on that sweet, sweet internet. Let's start with Aurora/Aubrey. The names. Please, Aubrey, tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hey, I'm Aubrey. You can usually find me everywhere on the internet at Mad Queen Cosplay. And usually pretty much all the time I'm found running things over at Goblets and Gays and Animamagiri, and playing over on Bring Your Own Mech. I am on things. You can find me sometime in the future, Ballad of Seven Dice, their new show. I don't know when it's going to air yet. And then I believe next Monday you can catch me over on Queen's Court Gaming for the Delta Greens little mini thing, and I'm very excited. It was a lot of fun.
Nice. Well, next up, let's go over to Dusty. Please, Dusty, tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, I've been Dusty. You could usually find me online at Dusty Hill, also as cast on Animamagiri, Goblets and K's, and Bring Your Own Mech, as well as just jumping into different streams here and there. You can also find me as the person behind the Will Season Stories account at Season Stories, and just so many things. Something I can't talk about until we come back, but just keep an eye on my Twitter at Dusty Hill. You'll see a lot of cool things. Things are there. Bye.
Sweet, cool, fantastic things.
Well, next up we have Makai. Makai, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, my beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous, fantastic, amazing, talented, and super cute friends. It has been a wonderful time playing with you, for you, under you, being with you through this whole journey. If you want to share some of your favorite parts with me, if you just want to talk, if you want to hang out the time that we are off, I'm not really working on anything, but I would love to just chill and relax with you guys for these next couple of months. It's summertime, so let's vibe. If you ever want to do anything like that, just hit me up at wannabe_VA at twitter.com. Same thing for Twitter, or same thing for Instagram, same thing for TikTok. Hit me up and we'll just make a joke, make a goof, a gaff, and have a laugh.
Yeah. Well, next up we got Fee. Fee, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hey guys, it was honestly what a journey we all went on together. I don't know, we are all in this together. I actually wanted to sing "We Are Family," but for some reason, High School Musical once again has just a vice grip on my entire singular brain cell that occupies my brain. But you can find me under Finneman on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, all three of which I am semi-active on. But I will see you regardless, and I hope we can talk and have a fun time. And perchance, I may or may not be able to tease this huge decision that I may or may not have to take for Hero, and maybe you guys can help me decide what I should do. That would be really, really cool because I am indecisive as fuck and don't know what to do. So that would be really fun. But anyways, thank you so much for sticking with us through all of these Monday nights. You honestly are probably the reason why we are all always so pumped to be here and to tell the story. So thank you so much for being a part of this and accompanying all of us on this journey. It makes it so much more exciting and enthusiastic knowing that we're not the only one experiencing the heartbreak and the pleasure of it all. So thank you so much for putting up with us. And I hope to see all of you in season 2, both players and Cuttlefish and Aki and chat.
Well, speaking of Cuttlefish, you beautiful, amazingly talented fish. Who are you and where can we find you on that sweet, sweet internet?
All right, friends. I am Scoot, and you can find me on Twitter at danger_hugs, or pretty much everywhere else like Instagram, Twitch, TikTok as Forgotten Cuttlefish. I'm trying to get my Twitch streams back up and running, but life is getting in the way. But I do drunk gaming on Thursday nights, or try to, starting with Dragon Age and Mass Effect and BioWare games. But if you want to yell at me about K-pop or cosplay or Korean dramas or shit like that, come follow me on Twitter. That's where I'm most active.
Well, my name is PJ McGod. I guess I'm the only one left. My name is PJ McGod. You can find me all over the internet at pj.mcgod. It's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Come find me, and let's have fun. And when I'm out here with these amazing students, these heroes in training, these incredible people, honestly, it all started off with one weird Discord conversation between Aubrey and I going, wait, that gave me a great idea. Let's talk about it. And now here we are, season 1 down, and y'all been amazing. The cheer squad's been incredible. These people, these amazing players have been incredible. And I'm so excited for season 2 and to continue this. And when I'm not here with them, you can see me here Wednesdays for Edge of Legend with Wes and Randy and Sydney and Sam and maybe Kylie. Her life is crazy. It's amazing. And yeah, we're going to continue those stories. Friday, Yeet for Initiative with Wes at Wes_IRL. And very importantly, at the end of June, June 26th, from 2 to 7 p.m., we are doing a charity one-shot for the Trevor Project, going to an origin story one-shot of the Bun Boys, which has been a beloved NPC same-sex couple that is now own an amazing franchise of coffee and pastry shops. We get to see how they kind of got started, that business, some couple of years ago. So it's our Trevor Project. It's great. Time coming and tune in and see if you can. And until then, Kuni Marmor, Lannis, Melee, Parrish, Greta, Hero, Sarnai, Aldwin, Aurora, and Cuttlefish galore. We will see you here, same nat time, same nat channel, when the time comes for season 2. And we couldn't do that without you and our amazing TD Cuttlefish, who makes us look amazing every week. Now, let's get to rating before the tiers start raining. We are going to be rating Darling Creepshow, who is an awesome person painting miniatures. So if you like watching creepy movies and watching someone paint minis, I think you're about to have a great time. Until then, we're going to be rating in 3.
Warcry's Joanne.
Joanne? Let's confuse the hell out of her. Rating in 3, 2, 1, go.
You might not want to get close. We a little wild war, covered in tattoos. Run it up, taking all the views. Stepping on place, feeling the fear. I know you feeling it in the air. Whole squad wearing all black. Motivation's looking real bad. We back to the bone, raising a fire alone. We ain't never needed nobody. Give me 6 feet, this is my party. Ain't got no feelings, we heartless. Take a peek inside the darkness. Blow up the spot, then we run it. Ready or not, here we coming. Somebody better say a prayer for me. Tonight may get a little crazy. You can meet me outside, but you better buckle up. It's a wild ride. Welcome to the wild side. Wild, wild, wild. Welcome to the wild side. Wild, wild, wild. Welcome to the wild side. Wild, wild, wild. Welcome to the wild side. Wild side. Yeah. Party till 5 in the morning. Do it again in the morning. Do it like we did this ride, man. I think the government watching. Minutes